Good evening, and welcome back to Science and Sorcery, the show where science communicators play Dungeons and Dragons to raise money for charity. My name is WtR. I am your Dungeon Master, and tonight we are on episode 9 of our campaign, Witness to Ruin, with my players Sam Langford, Alex Holt, Rachel Williams, and Khalil Thurlaway. It's an exciting moment. We left off at the verge of a very big goblin-based fight. But we're gonna get to the recap. Thanks, chat. Yes, thank you so much. The virtual tabletop is really struggling, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna get to the recap in just a moment. First, a couple of very quick announcements. It is May. It is a new month. It's been May for a few days, but it's the first stream where we have our new charity fundraiser set up. This month we're raising money for the Terence Higgins Trust, which is the UK's leading HIV and sexual health charity. They support people living with HIV, as well as help people to achieve good sexual health and reduce HIV transmissions. So very, very worthwhile charity. And we're aiming to raise £100 again, as usual. So if you want to donate, go to justgiving.com/page/SNS-May23. For £5, you can give one of the players or the lovely DM advantage. And for £10, you can suggest other things, and I'll see whether or not they can be incorporated.
That's a dangerous phrase.
Don't go too crazy. I said I will see if. I may need to have a chat with you, depending on what you suggest.
A dragon comes to help us.
Possibly. You don't know. You don't know what the dragons in this world are like. You've not met any yet.
They love us.
But no, that is our charity for this month. And next week, Friday, on the 19th of May, we have our charity one-shot, which Sam is going to be DMing. It's called Ground Control, Can You Hear Me? It is set in space, and we'll be announcing the players in the coming few days. It's going to be a really good one. I'll say I'm one of the players, and my character is an attempted payback for Tori Tumnus. So we'll see if I manage that.
I mean, I'll pay it back in DMing. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I expect. I made Tori shit himself multiple times. Thanks, chat. Final announcement is we are not going to be streaming next week Wednesday because we have things that are interfering with that. So instead, we're going to be live on Sunday, this coming Sunday, the, help me out, Sam, 14th? 7 p.m. Were you shaking your head at me?
I was going, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. We're all very sleep deprived today for some reason.
Sunday, I don't know what day that is.
Sunday, this first coming Sunday, pick a Sunday, we'll be streaming live with session 10 of this campaign, or session 1 of the next campaign if the goblins kill this lot. We're gonna find out in just a moment. So 7 p.m, we'll hopefully see you there. And if you can't make it, of course, it will be available on YouTube the day afterwards. Now, last session, our players continued their investigation of the revenant. They believed to be a man named Anton, who was a bit of a player, possibly not a very nice man, but deserving of his fate. Jury's still out. He was not killed by his former lover, Marigold Grumble, who was a member of the Sinless, the local criminal guild. She instead merely incapacitated him and let bandits brutally murder him, while she ran away with whatever it was she stole from those bandits. Anton seems to have joined forces with a horde of goblins, and as the party was on their way with some freshly bought bevs to the cemetery to await Anton's rising, they stepped out of the shop to find goblins and a revenant lumbering down the street, ready to fight. And that is where we left off, in which case I would now like to start today's session by asking all of the players to please roll some initiative. We're gonna go straight in.
16.
16 for Blurta.
3.
11.
11 for Nimbo. And M?
13.
13, okay. And your dex is quite high, isn't it, M?
Yeah.
Cool. That means you will go for something else. Alright. In that case, Sam, can we please get a battle map so our lovely audience can see? We are in the square. The sun has set. The square is illuminated by various torches lit outside of the shops. Nimbo had walked over to a cart filled with produce to investigate some sounds and has spotted some goblins which have appeared, whereas the rest are still holding their drinks outside of the general store as the revenant approaches. First up, Marigold. Seeing this foe which has hunted her for what you assume is months now, she is going to stay where she is and call out to the revenant, who is dressed in these tattered, muddy clothes as if they've just dug themselves out of a grave. A fresh corpse, probably in their mid-40s. Definitely not Anton's body, but Marigold seems to recognize him. She calls out, "This is the last bloody time I'm letting you try to kill me!" Swings her rapier out and prepares an attack for the first creature that menaces her. So she's gonna stay put. That is her turn. We now come to Blurta.
So, you say that Nimbo's only just seen the goblins. Have we seen the goblins?
Yep. You have now seen, there's 2 goblins which are next to that cart, sort of near Nimbo, as well as several goblins behind the revenant.
Okie dokie.
There might be more goblins, you haven't spotted them yet.
Okay. Now, is that a hay bale next to the revenant?
Yeah, there's some hay stacked there.
Are they round ones or are they square ones?
They're square.
Look, damn. Okay. Scrap that plan.
Oh boy.
Think on my toes.
We're off to a great start.
Okay, so I am going to go forward a little bit to there. But then, just to give me the angle to then... actually, no, I won't. I'll go to there. Then I'm going to teleport backwards onto the roof.
Okay.
Which will force using a Fey...
Fey step? Yeah, you won't be able to get that far onto the roof. You'll be at the edge of it,
Okay,
probably a little bit closer. Because you're quite high up.
Yeah.
No, you'll have to be over there if you want to
fine.
teleport from next to the goblin.
Yep, so that Fey step, which I've only just discovered, will force a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. For creatures of your choice within 5 feet, I believe.
Yes. One creature of my choice, yeah.
Yeah.
So
that goblin gets a 15.
Okay, yeah, so that's what you needed to save, so
Okay.
no luck. Never mind, in that case...
It looks confused at you as you run up to it and then vanish away from it.
Okay, in that case, what I'm going to do... Can I... I'm going to fire my Eldritch Blast. No surprises there. But I want to, as I do it, can I, like, try and intimidate the goblins?
All of them?
We're just in a general sort of, not necessarily all of them, but just ambiently.
How would you do that?
Basically, I was thinking of shooting one of the goblins while shouting something to the effect of, like, "Come get some!"
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go ahead and roll your attack. Tell me which goblin you're attacking as well, please, and then make an intimidation check.
Let's go for the one at the front, so that I've just teleported
Next.
away from, so they can all see
Yeah,
me.
next to the Nimbo. Gotcha.
11.
11 is going to miss, I'm afraid, as the goblin ducks down again behind the cart. Make your intimidation check, please.
24.
24. Yeah, the goblin seems to say something to the one behind it. They both look up at you warily. So the two closest to Nimbo, at the very least, seem a bit scared.
Okay.
Anything else? No, that's your turn? Alright, it is now the Revenant's turn. The Revenant is going to move up. Let's see.
And hug and pass me a packet of crisps.
It's gonna come up to Nimbo. Seems to be ignoring you, Nimbo. As this, you can smell the scent of aborted decay. The corpse has stopped rotting when the Revenant's soul inhabited it. But seems to be ignoring you, at least for the moment. Instead, it's going to make its vengeful glare against Marigold. To try to paralyze her. Yeah, Marigold fills that save. Marigold is paralyzed. You standing next to Marigold realize, as she was earlier sort of swinging her rapier about, she suddenly locks up, and you sense, looking at her face, she is filled with fear, for a moment at least. That's the Revenant's turn. We now come to M.
So this Revenant is just kind of staring down at Marigold, not caring about anything else in the world.
No.
Okay. The goblins that are up at the back.
Yes.
So there's the hay bales next to the one on the left. What is beside the other two that I can't see?
There's it's sort of, that's where the fields start. They're right at the edge of town.
Okay.
So there isn't anything particular of note.
Okay. The one that's on the right hand side, I'm gonna cast Flaming Sphere on it. I believe that I can at 60 feet.
Yeah, then you've definitely you've just got the range for that.
Okay, so I need what type of save was it? Dex save, please.
Dex save. 19.
19. Okay, so they're gonna take 1d6 of damage.
Yep.
So they're gonna take 5 points of fire damage.
Okay, yeah, that goblin immediately, you set it on fire basically, and it's immediately not looking good.
Okay, and as a bonus action, I'll just kind of reach out a paw towards this flaming sphere and bonus action ram it into the one that's standing behind it and do the same again.
Okay, it's 5 foot diameter, right?
Yeah.
Just gonna make that appear. So it's essentially over there. So it's another dex save.
Would that just hit it then if it's already on it?
I think you've made it 5 foot radius.
Oh, yeah, I have made it 5 foot radius. That's my bad.
Geometry, folks.
Hey, I've had 3 hours of sleep tonight, so we're being nice to the DM. I cannot actually make that any smaller than that.
Don't worry, I don't think it's that big a deal.
No,
But
I can. Yeah, I'll remember it's there. Okay, dex save. From that one, that's a nat 18 for a 20. These are nimble little creatures.
But it takes a whole 6
it'll
points of
take-
fire damage.
This one also immediately goes from looking fine to desperately patting out the flames, trying to wondering what the fuck just happened. That being said, it is now some of the goblins' turn.
Before that, I want to use my movement if that's possible.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, yes.
To
Go
just
for
get directly in between Marigold and the Revenant.
it. Okay, go for it. Yep. Yeah, that works. Alright, it is now some of the goblins' turn. Nimbo, the goblins next to you, the other one moves up, and they're both going to lash out at you with their scimitars. Which will be a natural 3 and a natural 5. So you feel these blades sort of batter against your armor. They're still warily they're looking up at Flirta still, their heart's not in it.
Yeah, I haven't even got a shield out yet, and they're still just like blink, blink, blink.
Yeah. They're not really like focused on like trying to find a gap in your armor. However, now several other goblins also appear. Unhide these. This one is going to rush up towards Muck and M. Is going to attack Muck.
Are you on now? Do your best.
For 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Wait, no, my armor class is 17. Does it hit?
Yes, then it does hit, yeah.
God damn it.
Beats it. You take 5 points of slashing damage as this scimitar lashes into you, and catches a chink in your armor.
Wait. What? I'm a heavy armor master. So
yeah, so you reduce that by
3. So it's only 2 points of damage, right?
Only 2 points of damage. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Remember your abilities, folks. I have so many goblins to deal with instead. The final 2 goblins for this turn are both gonna move up. One of them's gonna move up towards Marigold, and one of them's gonna step a little bit further out. The one next to Marigold's gonna try to attack her, which will miss as she oh no, actually she's paralyzed. So that is still a miss. Even though she can't move.
Goblins.
It stabs right into her, and it's just right into
The
her clothes.
goblin forgot to take a scimitar out and is just like punching her, and then realizes and goes to grab a sword. The other one's taken out a short bow and is going to, having heard Blurta's taunt, take a shot at Blurta. For a natural 19 to hit. 23 total.
Yes, that
I'm gonna reach out and chronal shift.
Okay. Oh, alright. That's another natural 19.
For fuck's sake.
Fucking hell, these goblins are ridiculous. Blurta, you take 4 points of piercing damage as I assume you're gloating up on the roof, and you suddenly feel an arrow catch in your upper thigh. And you look down, and there's a goblin like doing this at you while holding a bow and arrow in their hands. Oh, it's now more goblins' turn because there's more fucking goblins. It is the green goblins. They
have pumpkin bombs.
This one is going to move up over there. I believe this one can also reach Nimbo.
Don't I get my turn before the red goblins?
These are not the red goblins, sorry, these are the green goblins, which you can't see yet. Because there were a couple more hidden. Oh, but you're right, I did move the wrong ones. That's my bad. These are the red goblins. These are the green goblins. The green goblins are this one's gonna come around to Nimbo. This one's going to come up to M. And these two, listen. I had 4 goblins planned, and now it's 13 goblins. And that's too many fucking goblins. Thank you, chat. We love you. And these have... Yeah, they're just gonna step out, but they've got the range to shoot. So, Nimbo, 1 attack against you. Natural 1. An attack against M for a 14, which I believe misses.
Misses.
Yep. And then one more is going to shoot at Blurta for a natural 20.
Fuck.
Fuck. That's gonna be 2d6 of damage. Blurta, you take 12 points of piercing damage. As another arrow just finds like the soft bit, like right. If it had gone a little bit further in. Okay. That's a save?
Yeah. Dex save.
Yeah. Nope, fail.
Okay, that's nice. 3d10 fire damage.
Yeah.
A juicy 14 points of fire damage.
Yeah. The goblin that just shot at you, you feel this arrow, which if it had gone a bit further, you feel like it might have hit your kidney. But the goblin bursts into flames and is reduced to a pile of ash. The last goblin is.
That's what you
going-
get.
The last goblin's gonna try to shoot at Nimbo as well, because that's what he can see. If he moves a little bit further out, that's gonna miss as well. You feel an arrow sort of chink off your armor, Nimbo.
Do all of them have
That was
bows?
your turn. They all seem to have bows on them. Yes.
Okay.
Before you go, Nimbo, sorry, just the chat has given you advantage.
Okay. Thank you, chat.
Thank you. Okay.
The chat gave you goblins, but they will also take them away.
Can I save it for next turn?
Yes. Yeah. You don't
Cool.
have to use it immediately.
Cool. Because for my action, so I've heard Blurter talking shit, and then the finding out part of the fucking around happened.
Yeah.
Am I within 30 feet of all my buddies?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna
Blurta's
cast.
right on the edge, but yes, she's just in range.
Okay, I'm gonna cast. Oh fuck! I didn't bring it today. Oh no, that's bad.
Oh,
I was gonna cast aid, but I didn't bring it. So I'm gonna cast as a bonus action a second level healing word instead.
Okay. So that's 2d4.
2d4 plus 4. Yeah.
For
So that
Blurta, yeah.
is 8 points of healing for Blurter.
Much obliged.
And then for my action, I'm going to cast Toll the Dead
Okay.
on the one furthest past the fountain. Is that the wisdom save?
Furthest
please?
This one here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wisdom save. You're not good at that. 9.
Okay, so it's not been hurt yet, has it?
It's not been hurt yet. No.
7 points of necrotic, I think.
Okay. Yeah. It takes full
Yeah.
damage, but it goes from like sort of like laughing at its friend bursting into flames and after shooting Blurta to it's nearly dead. 3 of these goblins now immediately have gone from fine to real close to dying.
Cool. So as the thunderclap echoes away from the Toll the Dead,
Yeah.
for my object interaction, can I
Yes.
who has the blood vial?
I think we
had
said
the-
Muck had it.
I think you
good.
did say
All right,
Muck had
cool.
it, yeah.
Just in case I had it, I was gonna hold it out. But if
No,
Muck
no,
had
I
it,
think
that's
Muck has
great.
it, yeah.
sorry.
No,
Nope.
great. No, you should have it. You're the one with the big sword.
Sweet.
Sorry about not having aid, but that's my turn.
That's your turn. All right. We now have the final goblins. So now this one's gonna run up. This one's gonna come and step closer. They're all just gonna like join the fray essentially. All right. That's gonna be 1 melee attack with a scimitar against Nimbo for another natural 1. And then let's see who the other 3 decide to go for. 2 attacks are going to try to make attacks against Marigold and 1 against M. So against M, that's going to be a natural 4, and against Marigold, 1 misses and 1 hits, as a volley of arrows just comes out towards you. Ouch. Oh, it's an auto crit on Marigold as well, because she is still stuck in her paralysis, so that's going to be 13 points of damage to Marigold, who sort of, you see, if you were looking at her, she wants to react and she just can't bring her limbs to work. Muck, it is your turn.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to enter the fray, I think. I think Muck is thinking about all the discussions that we had before we got here about how it doesn't really matter if Marigold gets got. So it's just going to try and get like some blood. So I am going to move, and I know I'm going to attract opportunity attacks or whatever. I'm going to go towards the revenant.
Yeah,
try.
there will be an opportunity attack from if you go around, sort of this way. You'll get 2 opportunity attacks as the 2
what
goblins
if I
either
go
side.
like here? What if I go diagonally through?
You cannot move through M and the goblin.
But if
You
you
have
go
to
to
go
Make an
around.
athletics check to oval. All right, cool. I'll go
over
Well,
M.
no, because then you would still move through this goblin's space.
True.
So
If
you'd
you
get
go to
2
the-
attacks either way.
If you go to the
Yes.
space below me,
Yeah.
then
Yeah, if
only
you go
get
to
one.
space below, then you only get the 1. So you
let
just
me-
won't be right in front.
Let me
Moment of
double check
awesome
the
as well
range
if you're
of my
worried about
weapon.
it.
Oh no,
Nah,
you'll be within
I'm not
5
worried
feet.
just yet.
You'll
Okay.
be
It'll
within
be
5
next to
feet
it.
of the revenant. You're just not gonna
Perfect.
be like blocking its path, essentially.
Let's do that.
So, all right. So you'll take 1 attack of opportunity, which will miss. You feel the scimitar clang against your blade as you're like, "Excuse me, coming through," which is what I assume Muck's like
That's so
attitude
much.
is.
It's so much. Okay, so I'm gonna roll to hit.
Yep.
That's a 21 to hit.
21 hits the revenant,
It's
definitely.
30. Is it? So it's 30. So it's not a crit.
No, it's not going to be a crit.
So that's 11 damage. Would I be able to try and cut off like a finger?
Go ahead for that. Go ahead and just make a straight dex roll to see how nimble you're able to move your blade.
Yeah. That will be. 17.
Nice.
17.
Nimble.
Yeah, you don't manage to cut through entirely, but you definitely like it's most of the way through. It's kind of dangling off.
Cool.
So there's blood dripping down it. You'd be able to on your next turn essentially or on the next turn someone would be able to rip it off quite easily.
Nice.
If they wanted to, yeah.
That's me. I don't wish to
Yep.
take any bonus.
Okay, in that case, we come back to Marigold's turn. Marigold is stuck in her paralysis, and she can't move. So that's her turn. Lurta, back to you.
Okay, so a couple of questions here.
Yes.
So where Nimbo and Muck and the goblin are
yes.
Nimbo and Muck at the side of the cart?
Yes.
And is that goblin under
Kind of on top of it.
Okay. And are those...
It ducked down earlier when you shot at it, but it's
Okay.
climbed back up.
Okay, and are the other 2 like directly in front of it on the ground?
Which other 2?
The 2 above it?
Those 2 are on the ground, yes.
Yes, okay. So, I'm going to try something experimental here. I'm going to move to here, and I'm going to Eldritch Blast the cart to try and run the 2 goblins over.
Nice.
Eldritch Blast targets a creature,
Ooh.
not an object.
Moment of awesome. Moment
You
of awesome.
can, you can, if you wanted to, because the one goblin is on the cart, you can use your moment of awesome
Yeah.
to attack that goblin.
Yeah.
And if you hit it, I will say, because the goblin's on the cart, it will push the cart as well.
Yeah, with Repelling Blast, which will push it 10
Yeah.
feet over those 2 goblins in front.
Yes.
Okay, let's go for
They'll
that.
get dex saves to try to not take any damage, but you
Yep.
can do this. Yes.
As it's on wheels, would it move further than 10 foot?
It's kind of laden down with produce, so it's not gonna keep rolling because it's not on
Okay.
a slope.
Last request. If it doesn't keep rolling, would it throw potatoes over for like a comedy, like...
Yes, absolutely.
My
There will be potatoes everywhere.
Yes, okay, let's go on.
So-
Frick's sake. No, I don't do that then, I guess.
Okay, but you don't waste your moment of awesome because it didn't happen.
Yes.
So you still have that. You can try again.
Yep.
Yeah, the goblin like ducks down again
Oh, wait,
and
sorry. Ignore that. That was me rolling damage, not the
Oh.
attack. Okay, let's try again. 12.
12 misses. You do hit the goblin, but like the force, like it sort of holds its place and it just washes over the goblin's armor. It is now once again.
Oh, and then in that case, can I just head slightly back. Can I duck over the back of the roof again for a bit of cover?
Yeah, you'll have like +2 to AC if you go over there.
Yeah.
You'll need to come back out if you want to attack anything.
That's fine. Okay.
Without them also having cover. Okay, it is now the Revenant's turn again. The Revenant, Muck, you've attacked the Revenant. The Revenant is going to look at you and is going to take 2 swings at you with its fists. That is going to be a natural 20 and a 4.
Okay.
Thankfully for you, the Revenant has not sworn vengeance against you, so you don't get the extra 4d6.
Ooh. Yeah, thank goodness for that.
You take 16 points of bludgeoning damage, as these, what really should be quite brittle fists pummel into you, just like bare knuckle boxing against your armor. Before
Well,
the
luckily,
Revenant...
13 points because I'm a heavy armor master.
Yes, yeah, it is just bludgeoning damage. The Revenant then moves up towards M. Let me see. And yeah, it's gonna essentially move around like this to come up to Marigold. So Muck, Nimbo, and M, you all get attacks of opportunity if you want to take them.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Yep.
one of you could also choose to forgo the attack and make a grapple check instead to try to grab the finger.
We need the finger.
Yeah.
I think Nimbo's busy, surrounded by goblins.
Okay. Yeah, Muck, in that case, go ahead and make an athletics check to try to wrench it free.
Thank
Em,
you.
are you waiting to see if Muck grabs it? Or
yes,
are you gonna attack?
I would wait.
17?
17, yeah, absolutely. You, as the Revenant punches you, you just sort of grab the finger, and as it moves away, it just, like, the bone pops out of the socket. You're holding this slightly squishy Revenant finger in your hand now. Emma, do you want to take your attack of opportunity?
I might as well. So I'm just gonna take a dagger and try to stab, which is gonna be an 8, which I assume misses.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna hit. No. Okay. That is the Revenant's turn, which brings us to M.
Okay, we got a bloody finger. What do we think? I'll have seen that. Are we happy to let this is me out of character. Are we happy to let Marigold die, or are we gonna try and save her?
I would be happy to let her die.
I'm not sure this is our problem.
I feel that if nothing else, it is our problem that there's a massive load of goblins in the middle of
Yes, the goblins are the problem.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, with that, the flaming spear, which is a concentration check, I haven't taken any hits or anything, so that should still be up. I'm gonna use my bonus action to ram the nearest goblin.
Which will be the one at the top that you damaged before.
Oh well, it's kind of
that's a
yeah.
dex save?
Dex save.
Yeah. That is going to be a 17, I'm afraid.
Okay.
But it still takes... yeah, you only needed to do a single hit point of damage,
Okay.
so whatever you do. As you ram the goblin, it catches fire and starts, like, screeching, running around, and eventually collapses.
I was going to say, this place must sound and smell awful.
Yeah, it's unpleasant. In the 6 seconds that it's taken so far, pretty much every single shop owner has slammed their doors shut, closed their curtains, like, closed the latches on their windows, everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Watching that go down, I'm gonna that flaming sphere is gonna go away as I'm gonna be like, okay, I've never done this before, and then cast Vortex Warp on myself, and just.
You cannot cast Vortex Warp on yourself.
You can't do it on yourself.
No, you have to cast it on someone else. Sorry.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna Misty Step instead then. And Misty Step onto a roof next to Blurter.
Yeah, absolutely. You go ahead and move yourself. You're close enough.
Okay.
You can get onto any bit of, like, next to Blurta, essentially, yeah.
Yeah, Cool.
Sort of there-ish.
Okay.
Okay.
Not to worry.
Yeah, Blorta's looking a bit worse for wear as you get up there. Alright, it is now lots of goblins' turns. So let's see. We're gonna start with two of them making attacks against Nimbo. For a 14 and a 20 to hit. So I believe the 20 hits.
The 20 will hit. As it makes contact with its scimitar, I will. Sorry, my voice is gone. I'm going to use Wrath of the Storm on my reaction. I'd like a dex save, please.
Okay, you take 3 points of slashing damage.
Gotcha.
It got a 10 on its save.
All right, so it takes 2d8 lightning damage as crackling electricity flows from my copper chainmail down its scimitar into its hand, and it kind of goes all cartoony, and you can see its skeleton.
Yeah.
It's going to be 10 points of lightning.
Yeah, and as it goes all skeletony, it then just, like the cartoon, like, topples over backwards.
What
Yeah,
it's got
and
that
the sound of
damage
it-
effects there.
And there's like a xylophone sound effect.
Exactly, yeah. The one of them, actually, this one's gonna run up to Muck as well. Two of them are gonna take attacks against Muck, which will both, 17 on one of them and a 14. So,
Okay, one hit.
max of 8 slashing damage, so you'll take 5, as the scimitar hits you. The goblin next to Marigold's going to try to attack her, and hits as well. So many fucking goblins for a minimum of 3 points of damage. Then, let me see, there's 2 of you up there now. Let's see. So one of the ones with the bow is going to shoot M, and one is going to shoot Muck. So to hit M, that's a nat 4, which will miss.
One shooting Muck with a bow.
Sorry, Blurta. And a nat 5, so, you, hidden in your slightly more sheltered location, the 2 casters, you just watch these arrows fly over your heads and land somewhere, like, stuck in the roof behind you, completely missing you.
I kind of wanted it to hit me so I could hellish rebuke it, to be honest.
They don't. That is all of the goblins for those rounds. Nimbo, now it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna bonus action Shillelagh.
Yep.
So my mace crackles with thunderous energy, and I'm gonna take a swing at the goblin the goblin's on the cart.
Yep.
And I'm gonna use the advantage from the chat. Thank you very much.
Nice.
I needed that. That is going to be, where's my spell attack gone? 16.
16 hits.
Cool. It's gonna be 7 points of magic bludgeoning.
7 points. As the goblin that was on the cart, you just go baseball swing it, and it goes flying into the hay bales behind it. Nice sound effects. Action, bonus action. I'm assuming you're not moving.
I'm squaring up, got my shield up, ready to go.
Alright. More goblins. The one that's up next to you, Nimbo, is going to make an attack against you as well for a 17, which
That does not
misses.
hit.
Yep. Your shield catches the scimitar. The other 3. Let me see. Yeah, you are both within range still. 2 of them are going to make attacks. One against, flip my coin. One against M. 2 against M. And the third one's going to go for a shot at Nimbo. So Nimbo, that will miss, as you watch this arrow land in the cart next to you. M, for you, natural 2 and a 16.
Neither hit.
No, not
Oh,
with
what's
the,
your
the
AC
cover.
nowadays?
I've got mage armor up,
M's got-
so I'm 17.
Ah, nice.
And M's also behind cover. So, M's got a +2. Goblins are not the smartest. That is the goblins' turns. Muck, back to you.
I'm thinking about potentially using my moment of awesome to just go ham.
Okay, how would you like to do that?
I'd kind of like to just like, kind of almost like I'm bouncing off them, like a pow, 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 pow. But I don't want to, I don't want to take the mick.
Take the muck.
Take the muck.
You can use it to be able to take a second attack against a target if you want to.
Yes, please.
All right. Yep.
All right,
go ahead and make an attack. I assume first against the one below you.
Yeah, I'll start with that.
Is there one of those anime moments where like the background goes all colorful and like moving?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
There's
like the wind.
There's sparkles everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
magical orc transformation moment.
Yeah. Okay.
Billowing ribbons everywhere.
I'm gonna take a risk as well because my moment also allows me a second attack. I'm gonna do the Great Weapon Master thing.
All right.
And take a -5 penalty to the hit dice.
Yep.
To, if it succeeds, get +10 on the damage.
Yep.
So 23 -5 is 18.
That hits. Go ahead. I mean, actually, you don't even need to roll your damage, because this goblin had 8 hit points. So with that, you just slice clean through this goblin. Which one are you attacking next?
Okay, next I would like to attack. I guess these guys look kind of safe, so I'm going to come for the red one in front of Nimbo.
The red one in front of Nimbo? Yeah, I'll move you up.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to do the same thing again.
Great Weapon Master, go for it.
Oh, I missed.
What did you get?
I got 4.
Okay,
in
yeah.
total.
In total, yeah. So this one, having you just seen like cleave through its enemies, your momentum carrying you forward, this massive sword coming towards this goblin, and it just goes and drops down.
But
their sword swinging over its head.
You know how my Great Weapon Master allows me, if I reduce a creature to 0, to make another melee?
Yes, so you still have a third attack at this point. Yes.
And that's what I would like to use.
Mm-hmm. because of your moment of awesome, you do get that.
And because it's fun, I'm gonna take the risk again.
Okay.
So, oh, for fuck's sake! Okay, I got 10 in total, so down.
Yeah,
to 5,
that's going to miss. The goblin just like has stayed ducked down as your sword swings back at the exact same height. Not realizing the goblin was like waiting for you to stop swinging before it stretches itself back up to its full length.
All right.
Bonus action?
Oh yeah, I'll just hit him again.
You cannot
action surge, right?
Oh yeah, you can action surge. Yep, absolutely.
I'm gonna action surge. Shall I take the risk again? It's
Yeah.
All right, let's risk it for a chocolate biscuit. Let's go. 8 -5 is 3.
The goblin, seeing that you're like gathering your resolve, going in for a second swing, this time just takes a single step back and then steps back up to get closer to you, and it's just like it's raising an eyebrow, like, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't know. I was supposed to be awesome.
It was very entertaining.
Thank you. I end my turn.
All right. It now comes back to Marigold. Marigold is frightened, but no longer paralyzed. So let me double check the frightened stuff.
Run away.
Yeah. So Marigold is going to call out to you. Help me, please. I can pay you. Before taking 3 attacks against the revenant, 2 with her rapier and 1 with her dagger. She hits once with the rapier and with the dagger as well for a total of 5 plus 8 is 13 points of damage to the revenant. Oh no, she's frightened. She's at disadvantage. There's too many things happening in this fight. All of her attacks. No, her dagger hits. Sorry. Her dagger hits for 8 points of damage to the revenant, but she's looking around like wide-eyed in fear, just trying to hold off this undead creature that's now sort of looming over her. She is then going to bonus action disengage and move her full speed away from the revenant. And then she's going to try to save against being frightened, which she does not succeed on. That is Marigold's turn. Blurta.
Okay, so if I was to move to just like there, but like a bit further along the roof, which seems to continue off,
Yes.
could I get all three of those goblins, like that one, like the one near Nimbo and the two diagonally behind it in a line?
No, you'd be able to get two of them in a line, but not the one in the middle is not like in line with them.
What about if you used your moment of awesome to try and do it?
Well, that's
Still
yeah.
good.
I want to try and like do a snooker shot with goblins. Is what my was.
You'd be able to do it. You would be able to do it with basically this goblin.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That
Oh,
one...
sorry. I thought you meant the one on the other side.
Yeah,
No, those three do line up. Yes.
Yeah.
You would. Yeah. If you move a little bit further off the map, absolutely.
Yeah. Can I? Yeah. Can I do that if I moment of awesome? Just like snooker them along.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
You'll do some bludgeoning damage to the two behind if you hit.
Hey, finally 26.
That hits. Go ahead and roll your damage on the first strike as I make some dex saves for the other two.
9 points of damage.
9 points. You basically snooker a dead goblin into two of its allies. Can you roll a d6 for me, please, for bludgeoning damage?
And indeed, 1.
Okay. So it knocks the first goblin back, which stumbles into the goblin behind it. The goblin behind it smacks its head on the pavement and just lies still.
Nice.
The one that was in the middle is kind of looking around at like
Just like in a pile of corpses.
pretty much. Like the charred remains of one of its friends next to it. The one that's just died, like either side. Like, oh, this maybe isn't going as well as I'd hoped. Anything else?
I will duck back where I was, behind
Okay, go
the cover.
Yeah. The Revenant, seeing that Marigold has started moving away, is going to once again try to make a vengeful glare against Marigold. He's going to make a wisdom saving throw. This time she succeeds. She's not paralyzed again, but the Revenant does follow her. Goblin time. Oh no, sorry, M time. M.
So I am looking at who is left and just thinking about the ones that are. Yeah, can I reach that? Yeah, the one that is next to Muck and Nimbo. I am just gonna hurl a chromatic orb. Oh well, actually no, that's a waste of a spell slot. It doesn't need that much. I'm gonna firebolt.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attack.
That is going to be a 19.
19 hits.
And that is going to be and 8 points of damage.
8 points. It's still standing. This goblin is a little bit beefier than the others, it seems, but the flames wash over its armor, and it's like juggling its weapons essentially, trying not to not to have the metal burn their hands. Anything else you want to do?
Nope, I'm gonna stay hidden and...
Alright. At this point, it is goblin time.
Goblin
time. Those are all... Actually, those are all dead. These three, seeing... You lot are trouble. But their friend has gone over here, so they're gonna go. 2 of them are gonna follow. This one's gonna move out. to a point where it can see Em and Blurta more clearly. But first, those two are going to take attacks against Marigold, which will both miss as she dodges out of the way of their scimitars. And then the last one's going to take a shot at Em, who just firebolted his friend for a 22 to hit. This is appropriate for this session. Em, you take 5 points of piercing damage as an arrow grazes your side. Nimbo, it is now your turn.
Yes. Okay, I am going to... I'm gonna, with my action, I'm gonna take a swing at this injured goblin in front of me and Muck.
Yep.
That'll be a 15 to hit.
15 just hits.
And that's 3 points of damage.
That is what you needed, as this goblin goes crashing down into the ground after getting hit with your club.
And I am going to, with a second level spell, cast Spiritual Weapon. And I'm going to cast it between those two goblins next to the revenant.
Between the two, like in this empty square here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Perfect.
I'm gonna
Absolutely.
take a swing at the one that isn't currently engaged.
Yeah. What does this spiritual weapon look like?
So for this one, probably calling on Vias, because I'm aware that Varaya, goddess of balance, kind of, might not want to interfere with a revenant's business in the cycle of vengeance, but nature abhors undead. So
it does.
this is going to be, because we're in a rural setting, this is going to be a like a fighting cockbolt.
Okay.
And
it's
gonna kick
giant
with its spurs.
spiritual rooster appears in the middle of the square.
It,
go
it's
ahead.
like flapping its wings out and like kicking out with its little.
Let me see
little
real
feet.
quick if I have a rooster token ready to go. I do not know.
And as I kind of,
We'll use the abyssal chicken.
I get a bit surprised that it's a chicken because Nimbo didn't know that, and so I rolled a 9, so that's gonna miss.
The goblin, for what it's worth, is also surprised, and it's like the cockerel didn't hit it, but it's kind of like trying to like reach out to see if it can like eat its leg, like gnashing its teeth. Like, this looks like it should be edible. It's bigger than normal.
And as I'm pulling my mace out of this first goblin's skull, I mutter under my breath, just loud enough for Muck to hear it. Goblin, these nuts.
Do I have to wait till my turn to give him a high five? And is that
No, that's a free action. I'll allow it. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, Nimbo, do you want to move anywhere?
Yeah. I will probably move.
You would have had to move, I think, because you're 35 feet away right now from where you cast a spiritual weapon.
A spiritual weapon range is 60, I think.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah.
That's fine, yeah.
But anyway, I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna move so I'm next to that goblin.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I'm more worried about the goblins going into the town.
Yes, and as you actually get to there, you can see now people have clearly noticed this undead creature and these goblins and are kind of like stunned, staring at what's happening, looking like they're about to panic.
Random psychom fact about chickens. Let's throw this in here so I haven't heard it yet. Yeah, so chickens are originally domesticated of the red jungle fowl, but it's actually hybridized with several other sort of similar species. That sort of like the grey jungle fowl being a notable one, to sort of create the domesticated chicken. And the way you identify them, red jungle fowl in a place where there are also chickens around, or more to the point, the other way around, probably, is that the red jungle fowl have like white patches on their cheeks, which the domestic chickens do not.
Yeah. Amazing. Take a d6, please.
Yeah.
I was just
Thinking
thinking
that.
as well, just about those spurs, thinking how they actually use them. Like the spur itself is part of the leg bone, but it's covered in keratin. So it's like a strange addition to the leg that seems to have grown out. So the same as our fingernails and our hair, is the keratin covered part of the leg bone, and making it really, really sharp. Horrible.
Am I wrong, or are rhino horns also made of keratin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same stuff.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I
D6
had
for you
no
as well,
idea
Sam.
it was a separate little knife. I thought it was just a really sharp toe.
Yeah.
I know nothing about birds, apparently.
It's like the equivalent of like how pandas have 6 fingers.
That
Yeah.
doesn't seem true.
They do. They have an extra digit.
Yep,
It's-
it's
Oh,
like
right. Yeah. The dewlap claw.
That's why they're endangered, because Inigo Montoya keeps killing them.
it's like they have an extra thumb for better holding bamboo.
Yeah. No, but dewlaps are quite common in lots of predatory species.
I don't know that it's actually a dewlap. I think.
Is it not a dewlap?
No, I think it is because you have like the dew claw that you get in like dogs and stuff like that. It's not that.
That's just a digit, a
It's
normal
a,
digit.
it's a weird.
I
thing.
googled panda dewlap, and now I'm getting information about panda rabbits. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, perhaps not. I have to say,
Panda-
I
No.
really enjoyed the Inigo Montoya joke, and I don't know if anyone else.
That was
laughed at
very
it.
funny. It was a great joke. However, at this point, one goblin has gone up to Muck, has rolled a 19 to hit.
Well, why would you do that?
Because
You've done that.
you've murdered several of its friends. Ouch. For max damage, 8 points of slashing damage, reduced to 5. And the other one has taken a shot at Nimbo for a 17 to hit, which misses. Yeah. As you're facing off against this goblin, this arrow ricochets off like your shoulder pad, and lands. You feel it clatter somewhere behind you in the street. Muck, your turn.
Thank you. I would like to point out at this point that if I were not a heavy armor master, I would be unconscious. But because I am a heavy armor master, I'm gonna roll to hit. Just normal, no more gambling. Here we go. Ooh, oh, great. Now I could have done it, of course. I got a 24.
Yeah, 24
So
hits.
that's gonna hit. And it's going to hit for, what's that? 3 plus 4, 7?
Nice. Yes, 7 points of damage is enough as you slice into this goblin in front of you, killing it. You get your
Ooh.
second attack, but you'll need to move too.
Yes,
Take it.
indeed. Let me get my
There are
volume out.
goblins within range, or even the revenant is within range if you wanted to use your full movement.
I don't need to hurt that guy, do I? I've got no beef with the
It's
revenant.
entirely
right now.
up to you. I'm just stating facts.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay, I'm gonna go to the top goblin because this guy's just gonna. I don't like.
Oh,
Just doesn't.
she
like.
doesn't. She just doesn't like
I'm
any
here.
of this anymore.
You're still
She's
there.
I'm
decided to
here.
leave.
Look, you
Yeah. I don't like leaving a mess, you know. Then we deal with this and we can
yeah.
focus back down. Okay, so
Yep.
I'm gonna
Go ahead and make an attack.
Yeah, 17 plus 6, 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. That hits.
Plus 7 plus 4, 11 damage.
Can you do? Oh yeah, you only needed to do one. As this goblin was also on its last legs. As it kind of like drops its bow and arrow and starts turning to flay, you just run it through.
Nice. I'm on a
Um,
rampage, so I'll carry on, I guess.
But
Blood
you have
everywhere.
used your full movement at this point.
Oh, can it not? Oh shit! Yeah, I have, haven't I?
Yeah.
Okay, and it's only attacking that I can do, I guess.
Yeah,
It's-
unless you have a
weapon
ranged
master.
weapon, you can switch to.
No, it says
Which I
melee
don't
weapon
think you
attack.
do.
I have
okay,
a long,
yeah, then
I have
no.
a longbow, but
Yeah, but you won't be able to use that at this point. Then.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Wait, hold on. I think I moved 25 feet, so I'll just
You
move...
would have had to go around the fountain, though.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of going around, so you would have... Oh, no, you've got 5 feet of movement left, actually. You
Do
can
I?
move... Yeah, you do. You do.
Okay, I'll just shimmy here. Done.
Alright, it is back to Marigold's turn, but just to check, Blurta, how did you get back up to 25 hit points?
How did I get up to 20? I wasn't. I'm at 17 on my end.
Oh, okay, then it's just a VTT, not drawing the data correctly. Just wanted to check. Didn't think you'd done anything wrong. Thought I might have missed you saying you would take a healing potion, so wanted to.
Nope.
Just clarify. Marigold is going to decide to, at this point, stand her ground. She's going to take another 3 attacks against the Revenant. All still at disadvantage. So that is a miss with a natural 1, a natural 5, and another natural 1. She is desperately trying to find like a purchase for her weapon, but the blades are slipping out of her hands because her palms are so sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. And she just can't manage it. But she's going to disengage again, seeing the crowd in one direction. She decides against running out into the public area. Oh, sorry. What to do? And instead is going to move, essentially putting Nimbo and the other goblin between her and the Revenant, and then she's going to try to save against being frightened, and continues to still be really scared. Blorta, your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to just scooch along to there.
Mm-hmm.
And then is that just the... So the wall's about 10 foot behind it?
Yeah, there's the barber shop is behind them.
Yeah, so I'm just going to try and blast him into the wall, the Revenant into the wall.
Which? The Revenant, okay.
Yes.
Go for it.
That one.
Nope. The Revenant does not pay attention to you and has already started lumbering back towards Marigold's direction, and your shot goes like past the back of their head.
Blowing a hole
Anything
into
else?
the barbershop wall.
You're doing a bit of property damage.
I mean,
just
we're teens.
a little.
That's just part of the...
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Anything
my go
else?
then, I guess.
All right. In that case, the Revenant is going to come up towards Marigold again. She keeps running away, so he's going to try his Vengeful Glare again. She fails her save and is once again, you watch as her limbs lock up, her knife actually slipping from her grasp as her hands seize. Em, your turn.
I'm gonna launch a Witch Bolt at the goblin closest to Lotta and I.
Okay, go for it.
Which is gonna be a 15.
15 just hits.
Okay. And that's gonna be full 12 points damage.
Yeah, this goblin, as this lightning bolt strikes down towards it, just does the skeleton electricity thing again and collapses into a little heap.
There's not many of them left now at this point.
No, just a couple.
Okay, I'm just gonna move up next to Blurta as well. I'll move myself there.
All right. Yeah. You can see from where you two are on the roof now, and Nimbo, you can see this as well. The people who were in like the next street have started running away. They do not want to get involved, and you can see a couple of guards that have just turned the corner. They're a couple of rounds out still, even at a dash, but they've clearly spotted trouble.
Are they just going to
Goblin
stand
time!
there and wait for the situation to resolve itself is the question.
Yeah. Goblins these two goblins, one of them is going to take an attack against Nimbo, because Nimbo's there now. Nat 17 for a 21 to hit.
Yep, that'll
For
hit.
7 points of piercing, slashing damage.
Well, I am also going to use Wrath of the Storm again.
Okay. Is that a save?
So
of
that
its
is
part?
another dex save, please.
20.
Okay. I am going to use my Channel Divinity
Yep.
to roll max damage. I'm going to use what's it called? It's not called Wrath of the Storm. It's called something very similar to Wrath of the Storm,
It
like
is, yes.
Anger of the Tempest or something. So that's going to be 16, but then divided in half by 8 to 8.
Yep. Yeah, 8 is enough. I've done an NAN on my goblin. As this goblin, as it's this, I think it's thunder damage, or lightning. Which one are you going with? Lightning damage. Yeah, another goblin is electrocuted in front of you. You need to make a concentration check to keep your spiritual weapon.
No, I don't. Spiritual weapon is not concentration, which is insane.
Is it not?
It is one of the
That's
most broken
ridiculous.
spells in the whole game.
Yes, it is. Okay.
It's not concentration.
Yeah,
it just
it's
lasts
not
for
concentration. That's
minute.
incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, what are you doing?
Oh, is it my turn?
Well, you have a spiritual weapon and a bonus action. Oh no, sorry, there is another goblin first.
No,
to
that was
go.
just my reaction. That was.
Yeah, no, I thought I'd done the other goblin already, but I hadn't.
Mhm.
The other goblin is going to run up towards Marigold as well, seeing that that's what his boss wants, and miss. Now it's your turn, Nimbo.
Cool. So I've seen that some guards have seen this fight happening, right?
Yes.
So it's not going to look great if we just kill the goblins and then leave this undead creature. So I reckon we're probably going to have to take care of business at some point. I'm going to deal with the goblins first. So spiritual weapon attacking.
Yep. Where do you want to move it? Like there?
Oh wait, sorry. I was looking at my VTT hasn't updated. There's only one goblin left, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's currently next to Marigold. Yeah, Sam, I don't know. Is it not updated for anyone?
It's updated on stream,
Yeah.
just not
It's
on
not
my page.
updated for me.
Okay.
I'm going to use spiritual weapon against the goblin.
Yep.
Just to get him out of the picture.
Mhm.
Or maybe I won't with a 10 to hit. So then I'll go up next to it and use my action to swing my shillelagh, which is going to be a 15 to hit.
I assume you're stepping into the space between the goblin and the revenant?
I'll step on top of the dead goblin, I think.
Yeah, you can do that. I'll remove
Yeah.
the dead goblin.
And that's going to be 9 damage.
9 points of damage. Yeah, that goblin goes flying back into the barber shop. Also deceased.
Cool. That's going to be me, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Muck, your turn. We are out of goblin territory, so I will hide all the goblins to make the map a little bit clearer.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like, we kind of got what we came for. Like,
Have you
we
actually put it
can't-
in the bottle yet, by the way?
Oh no, can I do that with my turn?
Yes,
instead?
absolutely,
Because I'm not going to
yes.
fight anyone.
Yeah,
alright.
you can. It's an object interaction to get the blood in.
Yeah.
So you still have your full turn if you want to use it.
Oh, seriously? Well, can I talk to someone? My turn?
Yeah. You can have
I'll
a
just
very
shout-
short conversation.
I'll shout to Nimbo and go, "Let's go!" Right?
I kind of look over my shoulder at the guards with like meaningful like eyes, like they've seen this happen. It's like, I don't say anything, but I kind of gesture to the revenant, like, and to the guards, and like.
Okay. I will then ready myself.
Okay.
If the revenant comes to attack me, I'll kill it.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait. If the revenant goes to attack one of my party.
Okay, you'll need to go up in melee for that to trigger, because otherwise you're not going to be able to, unless you want to switch to your bow.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can take out the longbow
Yeah.
instead. Yeah, so if the revenant attacks one of your party, you can make an attack.
Just imagine you're just sitting there, like,
Perfect.
intentionally missing, like, oh no, I missed. Oh no.
I will remind you, as players and characters, there are 2 ways for the revenant to die. You can
Please
kill
remind.
it and it'll come back in 24 hours, or if Marigold
Exactly.
dies, it's gone for good.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I'm like, we're
Yeah.
done.
Or we can wish it out of existence if we.
Or you can wish it out of existence. I'm just saying, it doesn't have to be the thing to kill Marigold. That's what I mean. So, depending on how you feel about her.
Oh. Ooh.
Oh,
That's
so this is,
rude.
are we not in plain view of everyone?
So the guards are now coming towards you. There are definitely people, like, peering out from their windows, if you look around, like, sort of, like, moving the curtains aside, trying to get a glimpse at what's happening.
Don't make
So
us
yes,
the...
you do have an audience.
Don't make us the people who are claiming, like, friendly fire. Don't make us those people.
I'm just saying there's moral dilemmas here, Alex.
Don't do this. Don't.
Marigold's turn. Marigold is paralyzed and cannot do anything. Blurta, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna shoot the revenant in the back. I don't know
All
why
right.
that accent.
Revenant, Blurta's secret identity is starting to leak through.
I'm doing a Ford. 16.
16 hits the Revenant.
Can I angle it slightly so it shoves it closer? If I move to like there, can I shove it 10 foot closer to Muck to give him more impetus?
You bitch! I thought
Yeah?
we were friends.
Yeah, you
like-
shoved
you
the
like
Revenant
stabbing
10
things.
feet closer to
Well,
Muck.
Yeah, let's roll for damage as well.
Roll your damage, please.
Is this like an adult meerkat, like feeding an injured
Yeah.
scorpion to its baby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, come on.
Come on, Muck.
12 points of force damage.
12 points of force damage. Alright. The Revenant sort of, like, doesn't really even seem to notice it, and just turns around to face Marigold again. Anything else you want to do, Blurta?
It's like, I just shout out to Muck, it's like, come on, just stab the thing, and then we get paid more if we're heroes, remember?
Can I shout back?
Yeah.
I got the finger. That's it.
Bunch
Yeah,
of
Blurta,
teenagers yelling at each
you
other in the
imagine...
town square.
Yeah.
You imagine if you can prove you helped kill the Revenant in some form, you will probably get paid for it. But it is now the Revenant's turn. The Revenant is going to take some attacks against Marigold at this point with advantage, because she is not 18 and not 19, which is going to be a full 66 of damage. Yeah, you do not want the Revenant to swear vengeance against you. That's, I rolled 3 6s. So that is going to be 24 points of damage on the first strike, and it's an auto crit, which doubles it to 24, 48. You watch, Nimbo, you being the closest, you watch as this one blow seems to do an inordinate amount of damage, much more than it should have. This one punch, you hear the bones in Marigold's chest break. She's up, but barely, as the Revenant goes in for a second attack, with another nat 18. And it doesn't really matter what I roll on the die, but that's 4 5s for another 24, another 48 points of damage. And with this second punch, Nimbo, Muck, Flirta, and M, you watch as Marigold, still locked up tight in her paralysis, falls backwards. The last breath, Nimbo, you just hear it escaping her lips, as in that moment her body goes slack, as the Revenant looks up towards you, Nimbo, and then crumbles into dust.
Can I fire a beam into the Revenant as it's doing that, so it looks like I killed it, so we get more praise?
Go ahead and just make a straight dex roll to see how quickly you respond.
Straight dex roll, you say?
Yeah.
Not good. 7.
No. Yeah, you do this, and as you're like, I'm gonna aim it, you feel your target has disappeared, and you're unable to fire the bolts. At this point, there is an eerie silence that washes throughout the square. You are surrounded by the corpses of goblins, Marigold, and a pile of dust.
And a giant glowing rooster.
And a giant glowing rooster.
I want to take a swig of the hard cider that we bought before we were going to the graveyard.
Absolutely, and you do. It's like, it's the cheap shit. It burns. It's what you need right now.
I'm pretty sure I dropped my growler and it smashed on the floor as soon as I saw the first goblins.
Probably.
Well, say what you want about what led to this whole situation. Hell of a way to go.
Can I check my vial?
Yeah.
Make sure it's not just dust in there.
No, there is
dust?
the finger, actually having been removed from the body, has not crumbled. But it's still got some blood in it, but you're not sure if it would still work. The vial, the blood you like squeezed out of the finger into the vial, there's like a thin layer in the bottom of the vial, but you imagine it should be enough.
That's all it takes, baby.
I'm a finger in a bottle.
It definitely sounded like you said butthole.
Oh no.
Do not clip
Disadvantage.
that. Do not clip that.
I'll go clip that.
Sam, clip that. The guards, the two guards that you'd seen Nimbo have at this point run up, and they're just sort of looking around them. You can tell these are the same guards that you told about the dead body earlier today.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
I'm gonna Misty step down to ground level.
All right, go for it. Are you trying to make M frightened of you?
No.
Fucking hell, what happened here?
Revenant.
Goblin
Undead.
problem.
Shit, no kidding. Oh, poor Marigold.
We tried to save her.
We did our best.
Oh,
There was a lot of goblins.
yeah, definitely a lot of goblins. The captain warned us that there might be a revenant. Shit.
Honestly, we thought we had more time before it would appear. Otherwise, we would have got somewhere better.
We would have had a decent buzz on.
Can I do like a little head count of the goblins? Like how many was there in total?
Yep.
Was it 13?
13.
Okay, that's
13
26 gold. Because it was 2 gold.
Can we take all their short bows and scimitars and shit to sell?
So you're not gonna be able to take all of them because the guardsmen have started collecting them as well. So in this case, probably not. But you did help kill a revenant. And if you can prove Marigold was a criminal, you might get some kind of reward as well.
Well, we can show her tattoo to the captain.
There are ways to do this.
No need to cut off her hand.
I'll put my claws back.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Then
you can't.
Nimbo puts his one hand out to M and one hand out to Muck, being like, no. We take the whole person.
You don't need to take the whole person because Captain Durst appears like another minute after. Clearly, they're like with more guards. Backup has arrived, and she sort of looks around at the whole scene. Looks at you four and says, "So I'm guessing the Revenant was Anton then?"
Yes.
Yep.
It's looking the case.
Yes.
Poor
And
guy.
we discovered the reason for the vengeance quest.
All right.
Should we have this conversation in private?
Yes, that's probably smart. I'm just gonna make sure all of this gets tidied away and reassure the shopkeepers. I assume they're pretty freaked out. Every day we have a horde
Prestidigitate
of
a bit of blood
goblins.
away. Just off the buildings themselves. Not off the floor, just off the...
You can only do 5 feet at a time, so it's gonna take you a while.
Like one of those council workers who keep cleans graffiti, just bit by bit.
No, there is a fountain in the center of the square, and the guards have started like grabbing buckets essentially to like wash the blood away.
Yeah.
The clouds are also, it looks like it's gonna rain tonight, so hopefully won't be dirty for too long.
And it smells amazing in the air, that petrichor. Not the
mixed
blood.
Mixed with
That's
goblin
what I'm
blood, yes. Goblin blood and undead dust.
And also
Petrichor.
petrichor, which is the metabolites. So the smell can, just before it's going to rain heavily, you get this kind of buildup of moisture in the air, and all the little bacteria living in the soil start to kind of wake up and metabolize differently. And so it's, though the products of that chemical activity in those bacteria that smells amazing.
Oh, take a d6. All right, Alex, I told you can't take their weapons, but would you have searched the bodies?
I would say so.
Yeah, you can if you help search the bodies of the goblins, the Revenant, and Marigold as well. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Guidance.
Can I help as well? Like, can I also like investigate? Like,
Yeah, you could
not
make
help,
an
but-
investigation check as well. Yeah.
Okay, so that's not amazing. Let's add my d6 onto this. That's 12.
12. M.
I got 22 with my d6.
22. So Blurta, you start searching the Revenant, who you forgot is a freshly dead corpse, who wasn't even carrying weapons, nor armor,
And is a pile
you
of
don't-
dust.
and is now a pile of dust. I mean, like the clothing is still there.
So there might be some like jewelry in there.
There, except
gold
this
tooth.
was a poor farmer. You don't find anything. You do find some coin on Marigold. She carries a coin purse with 14 gold pieces,
Okay,
7 silver pieces,
I will write that down so I can split it up in a minute.
and I will put it in the chat for you.
That's
And
probably
8
easier.
copper pieces. You meanwhile have started looking over the goblins, thinking, there's probably some better loot to be found there. You find one of them has a set of thieves' tools on them.
Ooh,
Um,
nice.
A little bit rusty, but you can clean them up and they'll work just fine. And the one that you'd hit with the firebolt that had been a little bit buffer than the others, is just adorned a little bit more, seems to possibly have been like the leader of this little band, and has 2 items that stand out to you as magical. You're not sure what they do, but you find a coin and a ring that both give off some kind of magic vibes. So you'll need to spend some time with those, but coin and ring.
If
and
I
these
cast
tools.
detect magic, it's not going to be useful.
It's
for
not
me.
going to tell you
Is
what
it?
they are. No, you spend a short or long rest, like
Yeah.
with these items, you'll be able to work out what they are.
There is also a redeemed healing potion in the chat.
From you.
And one,
Yes, from me.
and one of the goblins has a healing potion. Yes.
Okay.
All right. At this point, I assume you've also like helped gather the bodies slightly. Captain Durst comes, picks up Marigold's corpse, sort of swings it over her shoulder. Says, "All right, I think perhaps we should go have a chat back in my office, and I can pay you for those goblins."
Also, just to say that other Alex also did redeem Hatmar, and I said we would get to it.
Yeah, please don't interrupt me in my Goblin Flow when I have so many goblins to deal with. But here you go. There's a hat.
Goblin Flow is a really interesting mental state. It's a real mix of like angst and serenity.
I was thinking it's like Enya. Was it Enya?
Yeah, or a no-go flow.
Gob away, gob away, gob away.
Gob, gob, gob.
Hogan would also like to say that he still thinks that the healing potion should be a goblin can of watery American beer. Seems like a theme we need to continue.
It is, yeah. It's essentially, it is a healing potion, but it's been pulled into a bottle that says, in like this really scratchy common writing, like really bad spelling, goblin beer. Yeah. Sorry, I just realized my window is still open and my neighbors are being very noisy. So
I'm also going to, for the record, hand over. I suggest we give that healing potion to Muck as the punching.
Yay! Thanks.
Yeah.
I'll hand it over, but just be like, you should chug that.
All right, I'll chug it.
Okay. As you chug this, you follow Captain Durst back to her office. She opens like a side door, and you see it's kind of set up like a little morgue. Some steps down into the basement, so it's a bit cooler. Puts Marigold's body down and just stares at it for a moment. Right. Why Danton wants her dead? Why did he come back?
Okay, so
I slide up the sleeve.
Oh, stupid girl.
Yeah, she basically tricked him into, well, I say tricked. She got him killed when they tried to get some stuff off bandits, and then she kind of left him to die.
That isn't very nice of her. That's fair. But Anton should be at peace now, right?
Seems to be.
Should be.
The balance
he
has been
wasn't
restored.
good. He wasn't the nicest man, but he didn't deserve that. Or, you know.
No, just deserved.
Yeah.
We
All
tried
right.
not to interfere too much in that part of proceedings, but we did. When it became apparent that the revenant was very powerful, we did make some insurances in case it turned on the townsfolk.
I'm very grateful for that. I'm sure the mayor is too, though he'll never say it. But I'll say it for him, and his kids might give you a discount or something. I don't know. You know, try asking.
Well, maybe get another thank you there, Nimbo, and just give like my weird one-eyed wink.
Blush.
Special thank you.
All right. Well, how many goblins was that? 13?
That seemed to be the case.
All right. Let me go find my coffers, and I'll pay you for your services. I realize you
they
didn't.
were all adult goblins. There was no babies.
They don't tend to take their babies with them in their little rubble bands.
I just wanted
Probably
to be clear
for
so
the
we
best.
get the right amount of gold.
Oh no, of course. 2 gold for the adults, 1 gold for the babies. What was it? 2 silver for the babies. Yeah, in total, she pays you for the whole thing. 626 gold pieces.
Damn.
Altogether.
Okay, so that's
So, I will let you do math.
the plus.
So we've got 640 gold in total.
Yep.
Which is 160 gold each if we divide it
160,
equally.
yeah.
Woo!
We're some
Yeah,
rich
revenants.
kids.
Was
We're
that
like footballers.
that wasn't including the stuff I got off
That's 640 gold, including what you got off of Marigold.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's the same.
No one seems to have noticed or be cared that you took her coin purse. They might have been occupied with other things.
Just getting evidence.
This is when we
But,
find
like-
out that's a fucking expensive cake that we've commissioned.
Oh,
You
God, I didn't
know
remember
it's an
that.
expensive cake.
Yeah,
You
but I
still owe
did
that
look-
lady 20 gold.
Not 640 gold worth of cake, though, maybe.
No, it was 40 gold for the cake, and you'd already paid her half. Yeah.
Are we splitting equally then?
I believe so.
I paid the first half.
No, I mean
have an
the
idea.
the 640. Are we happily splitting that?
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah, and you have 7 silver pieces and 8 coppers as well, which you can split or give to one person.
Is anyone hurt?
Yes.
A tiny bit. If you need to use spells, I'd say Muck would be better off.
Nothing that I can't rest off.
Yeah, it's getting late in the evening at this point, and you've got a full day before the cake's gonna be done.
So on
hang
our
about
way,
town.
I guess if we're gonna head back to the Skilled Loot for a rest, on the way, I guess as we're chatting and kind of processing what just happened, I'll hit M and Muck and Blurter if she needs it. We're each with a first level healing word. Just because my friends are bleeding.
I'll take that.
Thank you.
How much is that here?
Muck gets 7,
Yay!
Blurter gets 6, and M gets 7.
Nearly full. Boy.
Thank you.
You're a good friend,
Oh.
Limbo.
Thank you very much.
Well,
Yep.
if you can't leave my friends
You-
bleeding.
You make it back to the Skilled Loots. It is very quiet. There are, other than the bard who is also staying here, it is just the mayor's kids inside right now. It seems everyone's staying home after this unsettling event of the evening.
Any chance of a bath?
Yeah, you look like you could use one. We'll go. Would you all like a bath? We've only got the 2 tubs, but got plenty of water.
You go first, and I'll just prestidigitate myself clean. Anyone else?
I wouldn't mind.
I do this.
For me, it's more the
do the
soak,
same to
if I'm
myself.
honest.
Yeah.
I mean, the soak can come later, but I don't want to be sitting around for blood waiting for you to finish your bath.
Nimbo, there's a bath that gets prepared for you up in your room.
But it's probably
easily
a human-sized bath or similar. And so,
Yes,
like,
it is.
my body
it's
is in the water.
The
but-
largest they could find. There are other furbolgs that do stay occasionally, but it's still not made for your size.
Yeah, like I'm thinking, like my torso is in the water, and then each of my 4 limbs is kind of hanging out the sides of the tub, like
it's
a weird spider.
the opening scene from Witcher 3 video game.
That's so good.
But blue.
But blue. Okay. What are the rest of you up to? The tieflings will serve you drinks if you ask. The bard doesn't seem particularly interested in anything going on around him.
Do we?
I'll stay and have a drink.
Yeah, I was gonna say if would it be? Because I didn't say that I dropped my cider, so I still have that.
No, you still have that. You can keep drinking. They don't seem to care.
Can I just have like a tankard or a glass or?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll have that.
Mhm.
Thank you.
1 apple mimosa, please.
Done.
I'm gonna head over to the bard first.
Okay.
So, are you much in the business of composing and performing songs?
I am a very skilled artist. I can compose many things. What would you like?
I mean, would
For
it
a fee, of course.
I mean, we can discuss that in a second. But would you be interested in writing a song about a heroic battle that took place in this very town this night?
That does certainly sounds like something very interesting. Yes. Tell me all about it.
And I just sort of like describe it, but I just make it sound like 10 times more epic, and I never missed in it.
Yeah. Yes, and whereas you mostly, I assume, play up your own abilities, or
I mean,
everyone's.
I play up everyone's, but mine just
Okay.
more.
Yeah.
Do you remember to
the-
mention the group name in there as well?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
the Fingerblasters.
Yes.
The day
ballad
the
of the
Fingerblasters
Fingerblasters.
saved the day.
Yeah, the bard is like scribbling things down, and you can sort of read upside down what he's writing. And he's making it even more. He's like writing down what you say, and then in the margins going, "Oh, but what if they were all riding unicorns or something?" And just
Yes, I like
embellishing it even further. But yeah, he seems very happy to listen to your exploits of the evening.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to do tonight? Or shall we fast forward?
What's the name of the one that winked at me like 3 weeks ago in game time?
There is Julep, who is Nimbo's girl. There's Aza, who is the non-binary twin, and then there is Horn, who is the male twin.
Yes.
But Aza's the one who was with. Horn's the one who cooks and like is friendly but hasn't flirted with anyone, and Aza has flirted with every single one of you at this point.
Yes, but I took that personally. So I'd like to go up to Aza and just say, "Hey, killed revenant today."
That's
like
that's pretty cool.
Right.
I don't really know what that means, but it sounds pretty intense.
Yeah, kind of like undead, like kind of hard to kill, and I guess it was like brains and brawns a little bit that we had to use. So that's just my day at the office. How are you?
Can I make a prestidigitation just like subtly out of you to make Muck smell really awesome?
I will allow this, but you have to describe what that smells like.
I think it's just like it's like. See, this is Alex having a terrible sense of smell and not very good, but just like a real. Like, what would you like? I think I would have an idea of Muck's vibe.
It's Sausage by WtR, isn't it?
I don't know what that means.
WtR has a perfume called Sauvage, and my brothers and I always call it Sausage instead because
I see. Okay, I will. I was gonna say it's gonna be like, kind of like when sort of someone's like been at the gym but in a good way, like not they don't stink.
That's believable. I like that. I mean, Muck.
Okay, Muck's kind of got that like kind of like grimy, but like Viggo Mortensen and Lord of the Rings griminess. No, Asa seems into it. You've noticed they don't seem to be charging you for drinks tonight. Might be because their dad's not here. You don't know.
Nice.
Lock-in?
Right.
We have a lock-in.
Yeah, please.
Pretty much, yes. The night can very easily devolve into a lock-in.
Yeah, can I come down in a bathrobe again?
That is,
they didn't
like,
quite
comes up to like mid-thigh.
I was gonna say they didn't quite have a Furbolg-sized one, so it's like up to my elbows and like real short.
It's just like you're wearing a mini skirt, basically.
Yeah.
Just like the shortest.
Like one of those 70s bathrobes.
Silk.
Yeah.
Elsa immediately wolf whistles as you come down the stairs in this outfit.
Blush. Is Julep
Nice.
around?
Julep is around, yes.
I don't want to roleplay the whole thing, but we probably chat.
We don't need to, we can fast forward, yeah. You hang out with some hot tieflings while a foreign bard composes songs to your incredible battle.
Which
unless there's
Hogan has
anything
given
else.
a name in the chat of Goblin D's nuts. I think that works, right? And £25
Yeah.
to make it a band shirt.
Goblin D's nuts for £25. Do we have time, Alex, to make a shirt? I'm not saying donations cannot force Alex to spend even more time doing art.
We'll see. We'll see. If we get that £25, I'm sure we can come up with something.
All right, I can make some shitty art. We'll start off with that.
Like Goblin Scroll style. Like that's what I'm imagining.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Unless anyone wants to do anything else at night. All right. Following morning, you're all probably a little hungover. You have a full day to prepare before your cake meatloaf thing is ready. Oh no, actually, no, this is the day that it's ready. That's my bad. Yeah, it is ready.
Meatloaf Day!
Sometime it's Meatloaf Day. This episode's gonna be called Meatloaf Day.
Not gobbling these nuts.
No.
No.
The Ballad of Meatloaf Day. Yes, your meatloaf cake is gonna be ready today. So
Goblin
if there's anything
meatloaf and goblin
else
nuts.
you want to do before heading off on the quest for the last ingredient.
Just double
the
check
day is
with
yours.
taking long rests with no sort of.
Yes, you have taken a long rest. Only thing, Flirta, are you sleeping in your room?
Yeah. I think when I have the option of my like a hired room, I'm going to be in my room, unless I say otherwise.
Yep, that's fine. In that case, yes, long rest, no issues.
Do we want to take a
You
break?
all. We can absolutely. I did not realize the time. We will take a break now and be back in 10 minutes at 8:52. So see you soon, folks. Oh dear. I'm sorry to tell you this, Katanga, but I'm afraid that this misery high bluff you keep talking about has just been a figment of your imagination.
Can Katanga make an insight check?
Absolutely.
Do you want me to roll deception?
No point, because that was a natural 1.
Well, if I notice this mid smooch, can I flick my tongue out for a quick taste?
Sure. Make a sleight of hand check, I guess.
What is
Sleight
with
of
your
tongue.
characters and tasting things?
It's
Mate, we've talked about these these body image issues, and like you can't be comparing yourself to like refreshing beverage cunt of all people.
Most of the fleas, because I assume Dream isn't actually being all that careful.
No.
So a lot of the fleas do manage to like jump ship. And
They're fleas.
I don't know what happens if you pour bleach on a flea. They might be fine.
It might disintegrate, I don't know.
Yeah.
Google it.
What happens when you bleach a flea?
Live Psychom coming straight at you.
Look, Psychom's just being... Okay, so... That name.
So when the Sex Muskets sing, "God save the Queen," they
Yeah.
actually, literally.
Yeah, they're quite sincere. A fascist regime, which we approve of.
It's
I
the,
called out with my own deep throaty alarm call as well.
What are you doing down here?
Oh, we're just taking a shortcut. You know, just traffic.
We're fumigating for sewer clowns here. You can't be here.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I've been called worse, but you better shut your mouth.
We all know the real sewer clown is Elon Musk and his tunnels, so... Kick me off Twitter, Elon, I dare you.
So, Boomslang will disguise himself as Reginar and be Big Spoon.
Okay. So,
I got you, buddy.
so we cut to a scene where this Yuan-Ti, this snake person, is spooning a pudding angel.
No. Snake person disguised as a halfling.
Yes. Oh, you're even bigger a spoon than I remember.
Yeah, I just, I just have that energy.
Delightful. Angel delightful. And then we fade to
Oh, is
black.
that your full name?
Fade to black of spooning.
I don't want to miss a thing.
So you see in the room Eridark Ariesis, who is a pallid elf fighter gunslinger. Do I have guns? Do I fuck? What you see. I
And we're
counted
back.
you down in everything, and
I
you
was
still...
yawning! What do you want me to do about it, Sam?
Yawn at a more appropriate time, basically.
No, I will not. I refuse. I'm gonna yawn again, actually, because I had to abort that one. There. Just a quick update for everyone watching. You'll have noticed that the goblin counter has become a bullywug counter instead. So you're not going to be able to redeem any today, but you will be able to redeem them again on Sunday session and onwards, and they will get added to whichever bullywugs the party might encounter in the Sorrow. But first, it is morning. You've had a long rest. What would you like to do?
I'd like to get up a little bit earlier than usual,
Yep.
and silently slip out.
You can
I know I've got
absolutely do
different
that.
footage on stealth, but it's early, and I'm being extra
Yeah,
careful.
everyone I think's pretty tired. When you
Nice.
come downstairs, you see Horn and Aza are like starting to like prepare things, like bringing in vegetables and things from the deliveries that have been made. But they just wave at you, and there's nothing strange if you heading out a bit early.
Nice.
Where are you heading?
Well, I remember when we were discussing where to go to get information on the Revenant, that there are a couple of places nearby and one that I particularly like to visit.
Yeah,
So,
the Shrine of Idol.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I sneaking up, walking up to it. Remind me, what does it look like again?
So, the shrine, so far you've only seen the little statue, that was in the captain's office, but the shrine is very similar to the smaller one that she had in her office. So it's, tucked away in a corner around the side of, where her house is. And there is a modestly sized statue of a bald man with a big bushy beard holding in two hands a set of scales, on one side weighted down with overflowing bags of coins and gems, and on the other side weighted down with books of law, entirely carved of stone, like nothing of value on the statue itself. There is a dish in front of it. It seems to be a place to leave offerings. There are some like bits and bobs essentially scattered around, and there is a small fire burning in that dish.
Cool.
There's no one else around at this time of morning.
So the first thing that I'm going to do is drop off 2 gold pieces into the offering pot.
Yep.
And then I just kind of sit down and like maybe just like stroke his beard playfully. I go, "Hey, old man, it's been a while. It's been a while." Yeah, I guess I just ended up on this whole, they call it an adventure, but it's been more of a, I don't even know how to describe it. It's been crazy. It's been hard. I've not been able to do my usual thing of kind of redistributing wealth from the richer guys, in the squad back at school. Plus, we've got someone who's really good at pickpocketing, like way better than I am. But yeah, I guess I'm trying to redistribute justice in other ways. So, any clues you got for me? Don't feel free to make them show up. Anyway, just wanted to touch base. I guess I killed a lot of people. I made pretty sure they all deserved it, but sometimes it's hard to know. Yeah, I guess that's it from me. Yeah, I'll see you soon, I guess, and thanks for all the just giving me a place to vent. Also, I think we almost bumped into my dad. That was fucking awful.
Go ahead and make a religion check.
Ooh. Religion. 6.
It takes you a moment. You stand still for a moment, waiting to see if there's any kind of reply. A change in, you've seen Nimbo do this a few times. You sort of like wait for like the feel of the wind and like the sound of the birds, and You stand there for a moment, and then you think, nah, gods aren't going to communicate with me this way. As you turn to leave, your vision whites out. And for a moment, you don't see or hear anything before you receive flashes of laughter. The smell of soup and freshly baked bread. Soft, muttering voices, thanking someone for providing this food. You feel a sense of calmness and kindness sort of wash over you, which is quickly replaced with a deep bitterness. The scent of food vanishes, and instead you smell damp. The cold scent of metal. You hear the creaking of doors, and you feel that pit in your stomach when you're hiding from someone, and you're waiting for them to pass your hiding spot. The symbol of the Sinless flashes in front of your eyes briefly, before being replaced with the symbol of Iddo himself.
Ooh.
Your hands, you become more aware of a weight settling into them. The cold feel of coins and gems slipping through your fingers, clattering onto the ground. You hear the scrabbling of small hands and feet reaching out towards this wealth. As your vision returns, you hear very softly, "It starts with you."
Ooh.
Before you come to, you're not sure how long it's been, but it seems like it's maybe been a few minutes longer than you might have expected.
Okay. Then I suppose I want to make an appointment at the Dead Mouse Inn at some point later today. Or whenever,
Alright.
you know, yeah.
You can go there now if you want.
Do I have time to go there now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure what I'm going for, though.
Yeah, you make your way, still early. There's some people out and about. Farmers rise early. Some shopkeepers are starting to open up, but you make your way towards the Dead Mice Bar, and outside of it, the bar isn't open yet, but outside of it you see the hunched figure of an old woman sat against the stone. "Can you spare any change, my dear? Any
Yeah,
coin at all?"
I give her a gold piece.
"Thank you. What brings you here?"
I don't know how to say this without sounding a bit. I think a vision? I think Idol's bringing me here.
"Is he now? That does sound like him."
What are you doing here?
"Waiting for someone worthy."
Worthy of what?
"I had an inkling that you might come around. Idol's followers have a way of dealing with their problems. They're not the only ways to achieve what you want, my dear."
What can I... What are you suggesting?
Well, she uncurls her gnarled fingers and shows you the gold piece you handed her. "This is a start.
Okay.
Your parents are not good people.
Correct.
Start there.
Okay.
You don't need the people you find here, necessarily.
That makes sense. Have you...
Maybe think it over. Don't do anything rash.
And what if I need to talk to you again?
To me?
Yeah, isn't this kind of, you know, I feel like you're leading me down, you know, a quest.
I'm everywhere.
Oh. Are you one of the sinless?
No, but I am among them too. You'll find me, I'm sure of it. She rises very slowly, reaching into her old tattered robes and takes out a very small bottle. We'll see if you are the one I'm looking for. Take this. She hands the bottle towards you.
I take it.
Drink this. Your friends will be safe as long as you are near. I swear it.
Oh, God.
With this, you feel her old, cold hands in your hands still. But she vanishes from sight.
Drink it. Okay.
The lady vanishes as you put the bottle to your lips. As you drink it, you feel a sweet liquid, very warm sensation in the back of your throat. And you feel just filled with calm, happiness. And it just sort of settles just right behind your breastbone, this slight pressure there. It's a nice feeling. It's a good feeling. You're not sure what it's doing, but it doesn't seem to be harmful, at least for now.
Cool. Alright, I'm gonna walk back to the skilled loot, just kind of perplexed.
Okay.
But trying to like pull myself together a little bit.
The rest of you at this point will be probably waking up, coming down for some breakfast.
Can I check overnight? Looking at either that coin or that ring, will I be able to tell anything?
Yes, absolutely. Where did I write it down? The coin you discover is a coin of delving. Where is it? There is not it.
I'll look up if it's just
It's essentially it's a small coin that you've noticed now that you've taken it into the more darker place, sheds very dim light in a 5-foot radius. If you drop it a distance greater than 5 feet, the coin makes a melodious ringing sound. And when you hear it, you can determine the distance the coin has dropped just based on the sound.
Okay. If we ever need a full
The ring. The ring is a ring of jumping.
Okay.
You can cast jump as a bonus action at will, so as often as you like, which triples your jump distance for a minute, but you can only target yourself when casting it.
Okay, amazing. I'll get those into my inventory. And the other thing is, how many days...
Are you keeping them, or are you going to hand them out?
I'm going to think about it. Because I would decide who would be best to hand them out to, because I don't necessarily think I need them. And how many days has it been since we left?
Yeah, you need to break something.
And that's me
Yep.
right now. And
Oh, it's also your birthday. I don't know
Do
if
the
M
rest
knows
of
their
us know?
birthday. I don't know if M knows their birthday. It's the day that was chosen as your birthday.
I would imagine that would have been from my aunt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have they
Get
told the
everyone
rest of
over
us,
the
or-
age of 17 again.
Have they told the rest of us? Or no?
Not currently.
Okay.
This is more for Sam.
In my morning meditations,
Yes.
I won't have as much of a kind of conversation as
Yeah.
Muck did, but I'd like to do a bit of a vibe check on how Vias and Varaya feel like yesterday went.
Okay.
Am I on the right path? Am I doing things in the ways that they approve?
Make a religion check.
I'm going to use my d6 on that. Still not super great. Plus... It's a 12.
A 12, okay. You're still struggling a bit to form that connection with Varaya, especially. In the same way it's been difficult since the earthquake. But you get a sense of approval coming through from her. From Vias, it's a bit more obvious. Essentially, the bird song outside seems to change until it sounds almost like a voice, whispering its approval for your actions, for helping restore the balance of the dead and undead.
Alright, that is very reassuring to hear. It's not. I wish I could start every day like that with two gods. Give me a thumbs up. So yeah, Nimbo looks very chilled, and don't know how much of that is due to this morning's meditation or whether they was
Getting
hanging
hammered
out
with
last
your
night.
girlfriend?
But yeah, Nimbo is coming downstairs with a serene look on his face.
Oh, this little hippie. Alright, what would you like to do? You're all in the inn.
So, did we see Muck come in the door, or did Muck get home before we were up?
Muck, what do you think? Would you have tried to make sure you got home before?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she would have just beaten you there, even with the slight loss of a few minutes, at the shrine. She would have, yeah. She might look a little bit, like, flustered if she rushed back, but yeah.
I'm always sweaty, so it's my brand.
Just assume you're just like outdoing your laps to keep in shape.
Exactly.
Yeah. Could have just as easily been like in the exercise yard somewhere.
Mhm.
Oh, next time, maybe wake me up and maybe we can work out together. I
Yeah,
don't get as
sure,
much
if you can
exercise
keep
as I
up.
should these days.
I'll slap you on the back.
Coming down
Right.
the stairs, can I see anything that looks expensive?
Make a perception check.
That's gonna be a 16.
16. Yeah, there's some really nice like vases of like fresh flowers. The flowers aren't exactly seasonal. Like they're out of season, so the flowers themselves are expensive, but the whole thing probably quite pricey.
I'll think over it for a minute and perhaps No, they treated us really well last night. We won't do that. And I will
Yeah,
just...
they did not charge you for drinks last night.
No, not gonna do it.
If you can all mark down another 5 silver for your rooms for the night, though. Those they are charging you for. Alright, what is the plan?
So we've got to go and collect our handsome Bollywood cake.
Yes, you
I'd
do.
also like to drop off the blood at some point.
Isn't that back in the Citadel?
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Can I leave it? No, I don't want to leave it in my room. I'll keep it in my person.
You would have to keep paying for the room for the duration you're away.
Yeah.
Like
From
when
what's-
Bono got his hat flown across in first class.
Oh no.
Oh, one night.
Yeah, so based on what Mother Flamebrand told you, it's about a 3-day journey to get to the place of the swamp where she described the spiny leaf Jack in the Box growing. So you can expect to be gone nearly a week, if all goes well.
So we should probably stock up on, food and supplies and stuff.
Yeah.
Pick up our sexy meatloaf.
Yeah, we should
And
go
then-
to the cake shop.
Is there anything else we need to do?
Not in town, I don't think. Just prep for the road. Unless anybody else wants to do anything.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, you make your way to the bakery. The baker looks a little bit like she's glad you're here because she doesn't want to keep hold of this cake. But also you're not her favorite customers because you had a real weird request.
So
all
was
right.
this like exactly outside?
Yes, the
Well,
goblin fight
yeah.
zone. Yeah.
Like- Oh,
Next to where the revenant entered, basically.
oh, so
Nice.
had you heard that we saved your business from goblins last night?
I saw it happen, yes. Very impressive.
Yeah, just a good. It was a hard fight, but we protected you and everything. Just so you know that.
Yes, and I'm sure you were paid well for it too. She like glances at the crests that some of you are wearing on your clothes. It's like she knows it's kind of your job to help when goblins and revenants invade the town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just let you know that we are here for you. And yes.
Lovely. Well, I have your handsome bullywug meatloaf cake. It was an endeavor. It'll be 20 gold, pieces, please.
I can pay that.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so
She hands over like a tin essentially with it's closed at the moment. You can open it to look at it if you want to see what she's made.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Was hoping you would.
Also,
as you open it,
as we open it, I'm taking a big whiff.
it smells nice. It's a good meatloaf. It's got like some lovely like curlicues of like mashed potato essentially.
Does it have the requested additional bugs?
It does have some bugs sprinkled on top. What really hits you, and it takes you a moment to place it, because there is a drawing of a bullywug essentially on it, and like different colored sauces. And it takes you a moment because it looks vaguely familiar, and then you realize that the baker has made the handsome bullywug look like the mayor.
That is perfect, to be honest. Like we couldn't have requested better.
I
Yeah.
tip an extra 2 gold.
I shed a single tear.
Hey, if his kids are hot, who says he isn't? Yeah. Well, it'll keep for a couple of days, probably, depending on what you do with it. So, good luck on your endeavors.
A couple of days, you say?
Yes.
Is there a way to keep it fresher for maybe twice that?
Oh, sure. If you find a chest of preserving, that'll do it. But I'm afraid I haven't got any to spare.
And there's do you know if there's anywhere we could get one in this town?
Probably not at any of the shops, but you could see if any of the inns, maybe my colleagues at the butchers might have one for sale. if they have a spare.
Just
Could,
the
could we
Tupperware.
could we rent one from you?
No, I really I don't have the no. I need all of the ones that I do have. They're
Okay.
very expensive. I've only got 2 and I use them to keep all the cream-based baked goods fresh.
So we can ask Julep and see if they've got a spare one at the loot.
Or we could ask Tadia, the butchers.
Yeah, we'll check the butchers and see if there's any food.
Did we
Yep.
tell her about
Thalia-
Anton?
I don't know.
Oh, you walk into the butcher's and Talia's like, holy shit, he was a revenant?
Before we leave,
It's a small town. Everyone's heard what's happened.
Before we leave the bakery, can
Yes.
do they have any cupcakes?
They do.
I'm gonna take 4 cupcakes.
Okay. Can
Take
you
or
mark
steal?
I'm gonna pay for them.
Okay.
mark off 8 silver, please?
8 silver.
They're nice cupcakes. There's lemon cupcakes and there are strawberry.
Lemon.
There's no meatloaf cupcakes.
There are no meatloaf cupcakes.
No
This is why
leftover
she
meatloaf.
charged you 40 golds.
And
Do they have
She might have
any-
eaten it before putting bugs on it.
so I've got my
Finish
4
off, Sam.
cupcakes.
Yes.
Are there any expensive looking cakes in this place?
There's got to be like a butcher's knife that's expensive.
You're in the bakery, so I hope not.
I thought we were in the butcher's now. Okay.
I'm going to roll a D100, Sam, to see
Mhm.
whether there's anything expensive, because it is a small town bakery, so...
Could be a wedding, huh?
Yes! No, there's not a wedding, but there is a slightly fancier cake set up on the counter. You're not sure what the event is. Doesn't look like a wedding cake, but it's got like a couple of tiers, and it's been like very carefully decorated.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to the rest of my group and hand everyone a lemon cupcake. It's like,
Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
these are for all of you. There's been a lot happened recently, and I just wanted to say thank you for having me here. Even you, Blurta. And yeah, Blurta, I'm gonna hand over the coin, the coin of Delver, and explain what that does. And to Muck, hand over the ring of jumping.
Ring of jumping.
Wow.
And explain
You
what
can
that
add those
does.
to your inventories.
Oh my
Thank
god.
you.
A jumping, sword wielding.
So I thought.
Wow.
You super backflip.
Yeah, your backflips are just so much better.
Oh, thank
They were
you.
already awesome.
Let's just go further. There's still no guarantee she lands on her feet.
Yeah.
Still more awesome.
I'm gonna spec into acrobatics from now on.
Oh, actually, can I take an extra cupcake? I should get one for Yarrow as well, so mark off.
Yes, of
number
course. Yeah. Yes.
2.
Another 2 silver.
Give everyone that stuff, and then just say, I hope this makes up for this, and then I'm just gonna try and push the expensive cake off of the shelf.
Go ahead and make an unarmed strike attack.
Strike. Okay.
Take punch.
Okay. That is in 18.
The cake, the rest of you watch, including the baker, who is still in the room, as this beautiful cake goes sliding across the counter and falls off the side. And the plate just like clatters. You feel these spiritual cats brush up against you, and you hear them purr very briefly, just in the back of your mind.
Okay, we need to go.
Yeah, can I grab
Paying for that?
I'm leaving. I'm just getting out.
Can I throw 10 gold at the baker and I'm like helping them bundle out. Like what I was gonna do was go grab them and run out with them, but if they're running already, I'm just like one hand, like one arm under their arm and just kind of like scooping them along.
Yes. The woman at this point, she's like come out from behind the counter. She's shooing all of you out. She's ignoring the coins that have like clattered onto the floor. Now, don't
Sorry.
come back! How dare you! Just this tirade.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you're not gonna be allowed back in the bakery. Probably.
Well, I hope you enjoy your cupcakes.
Whew. Yeah, I mean, I was having quite a serene morning, so I guess a little dash of chaos was in order. Keep the balance and all that. Thanks, Em.
What is the deal with you on this anyway? Like,
well,
I mean, I don't mind the thing. I'm just intrigued because it's like you are playing to stereotypes a little bit. I have to say.
I kind of want to keep this to myself just now, so just what Nimbo said. Keep everything in balance. Some days serene, some days chaos, and I felt like starting off my birthday with a little bit of chaos.
Insight.
Oh my god, it's your birthday!
Go ahead and make an insight check, Blurta. Roll either persuasion or deception. You don't have to say which.
13.
16.
Yeah. M seems to be telling the truth.
Muck lifts up onto her shoulder and runs around in a circle saying, birthday, 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 birthday.
Ah, the orcish tradition.
Yes.
Can I get one of my bits of incense and stick it in the top of M's cupcake?
Yes.
Be like, I don't have any candles. Sorry. Has anyone got fire?
I do, but not
Flaming sphere.
flaming sphere or firebolt in this little bit.
I've got a tinder box. I put
You can absolutely make some fire appear on the incense.
It takes a little bit longer than it takes just long enough to be awkward.
Yeah. Especially as you can still hear the baker cursing from inside her now door closed shop. If you go to the butcher, Thalia will sell you a chest of preserving for 100 gold pieces. And it functions, it's a magic item. So it will keep anything fresh for
Well, if
period of time.
As we're going to be probably encountering more threats on the way, might be worth
I'm happy to
investing
split the cost on that.
Yeah,
because if we need to prove that we killed a dragon, manticore, storm giant, we can't take the whole thing back.
Yeah,
good point.
This is a 2.5 foot long and 3/4 of a foot tall, so it's not too big.
We can just
of a storm
take
giant.
a finger.
I'm just imagining it's just like a large picnic, cool hamper.
Oh my god! I've just realised we took. What did we take from the revenant last night?
Finger.
Yeah,
we really are the Fingerblasters.
Yes.
Yeah, I blasted that.
That's
finger.
it.
That's
Can we
correct.
retcon it and say that we took goblin fingers as well?
Sure.
Yeah, those are true.
Maybe M
Yeah.
took goblin fingers.
Can
I
I
don't
go
think
back
Nimbo
into
would
the
have
baker
partaken.
and buy some chocolate fingers?
Okay.
And
No, you're not allowed back in the bakery.
I've got this guy's self.
All right. Are you splitting the 100 gold cost, or is one person paying for it?
We'll split it, right?
Let's split.
Split's fine.
25 each.
25
Whoa,
each.
can we see if maybe? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
You're not gonna get it any cheaper because it is a valuable object for these types of stores.
Cool.
And you get the impression Thalia may also have given you a bit of a discount.
Okay. I mean,
the baker wasn't going to give you a discount for being heroes, but Thalia seems happy that.
so just to
Anton's
clarify, by the
dead?
way,
I don't know.
This thing doesn't have any extra planar space in it. It's just like a normal.
No, it's a normal box. It just keeps anything you place inside it, stops it decaying, essentially.
Or like a bit of this is quite a large box. Shall I just stick it inside my my room and it can just stay in there?
Can you?
Does,
Yep, I can do that. I can leave stuff in there.
Does anything decay in that room, and do we just not want to get in it and just stick all the dead
There's nothing. There's no mention of that. It just says it's a comfortable temperature.
A comfortable temperature is a very good temperature for rotting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Given that the chest of preserving is magical, even though Blurta's comfortable temperature space is slightly hotter than normal room temperature. Yes, absolutely. Okay, are you doing this now?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. As you enter the container, you immediately feel this slightly sticky heat. Not like humid and oppressive, but just very different from the temperature you were just in. And you immediately spot Brum leaning, like lounging in one of the chairs, like half falling out of it. Blurta. You know, when you took that gem, I thought you were gonna be clever, but I seem to have been mistaken.
And what precisely am I supposed to have been clever about?
They were right there, and you let one of them get away.
One of what?
One of the people I warned you about. Your little owlin friend?
Oh, those guys, yeah.
Listen, if you want your eye back, you're gonna have to start paying a bit more attention.
I mean, wasn't through choice. If I see him again, he will be a small hourly paste upon the floor, but...
That's not gonna help you find the thing that will get you your eye back.
No, but it will be quite satisfying nonetheless.
Well, I can't fault you for that. I'll just keep a hold of this. Pulls out a jar and you can see your eye floating in it. Well, good chat and enjoy the swamp. And he vanishes in a spray of ash.
You're not nearly as cool as you think you are.
All right, you leave the container, the chest in your
little box.
box.
Yeah.
We should definitely.
Hey, Blood, I know you just went in there, but maybe I should put like the finger and the blood in there as well. I don't know what you think. What do you think, guys?
I mean, I can only go in there like once. I think it's per short rest. So...
Once per,
okay,
once
in
per
the big
long
chest.
rest.
Oh,
once
per long
per
rest.
long rest.
So
Yeah.
maybe, just for future reference, anything you want stored in there, just tell me like early.
Well, you could have put it in earlier if you wanted to.
Okay.
We can
So
write
when
that
we
down.
get close to the sorrow, we're probably going to want to get the box out because we might need that cake at kind of quick draw.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But I mean, my thinking is at least it'll be like stabilized in there. Like it won't get chuck around if we have a fight or anything. That would be pretty like sad to.
Yeah, you'll be
Oh
able
yeah,
to
dropping a
tell
cake is
once
nothing
you.
sadder.
Yeah.
You'll be able to tell once you start getting into Bullywug territory, so you'd be able to, prepare and take it out in advance. From what Mother Flamebrand would have told you, you're essentially expecting about 2 days travel through the Sorrow before you get into the heart of their territory.
Right.
Which is probably when you'd want it. Is there anything else you would like to purchase? Or shall we mosey on down the road?
Were there any?
towards
Was
the
there a
swamp?
place for healing potions here? I can't remember.
Let me double check what's in the shop.
We may as well get more now. We have more money.
I have one
Yeah.
still on me.
I have one.
I've got 2.
I'm
I've
just double
got 2.
checking. There is the general store has 2 potions of healing, 1 potion of greater healing available.
And how much were they again?
Greater healing's 150, healing is 50 gold.
I'll take a regular.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so there's no more regulars. Is there anything else you want to purchase?
I think I'm just. Is there like a clothing store?
Yep.
I'm just gonna like purchase some like swamp suitable clothes that are like the
Raiders.
most gothy swamp suitable clothes I can find.
All right. Yeah, easy enough to do. You can essentially get a whole new wardrobe for about a gold piece of slightly more swamp appropriate clothing.
Okay.
I'm picturing Blurta dressing pretty much like Indiana Jones at this point.
Nice.
I'm just thinking that it probably involves like very high boots if it's
Yes. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
thinking
It's gonna be
Raiders.
soggy.
yeah.
It's gonna be soggy. Anything else anyone wants to buy? Any equipment?
Just imagining Blurta in like black leather waders.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's basically where it's going.
Leather waders? Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah. Stick
They
to
make a
your skin.
real horrible noise.
That's what prestidigitation's for, just like constantly like cleaning
I
out her own
own-
sweat every 5 seconds.
I own leather trousers, and I would not wear leather waders.
Does anyone need rations? I've got loads. Just if
Okay.
I
anyone
mean,
else needs
it's
some.
like like we could get a load.
Yeah, let's do a general stock up on food and water and things like
That's
that.
easy enough to do for like a gold piece each max. You've got full rations to last you for a couple of weeks.
Wow.
I'm also going to get, which I do not think I have at the minute, some rope because
Yep.
you never know when you need rope in a swamp.
Yes, that seems sensible. Let me just double check. How much rope would you like?
I would like. I'm assuming just
It'll come in 30 feet.
whatever the
Um,
amount is.
Yeah.
The amount you
you'll
get with your
get-
adventuring pack is 50 feet, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, 50 feet. That's what I meant.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, you can get 50 feet for another gold piece.
Okie dokie. I will do that.
Yeah.
I think that's probably it for me.
Anything else?
Oh, is there a weapons shop nearby?
There is there's a blacksmith, so you'd be able to get like basic stuff.
There's a halberd basic.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I get one of those, please?
Let me
Yeah.
look up how much those would cost. You can get one for 20 gold pieces.
That's cool. Yes, please.
Yeah. Yeah,
Cool.
it's also a two-handed weapon, but it has 10 feet of. You can hit targets 10 feet away instead of just 5 feet.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
I'm
perfect.
also going to get a rapier.
Rapier. Okay. You'd be able to. You would have been able to probably take marigolds if you'd
Okay.
asked. Yeah, so you have a rapier.
Not that I'm proficient in it or anything, but just in case we get stuck in zero magic or anything.
Sensible.
It's all about the style.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, I'm happy now.
All right.
Mhm.
In that case, you head off towards the Sorrow. And I will, out of character, explain how this is going to work. You are essentially traveling for 3 days, which will be 36 miles, because you're going to be slowed by the terrain. It is a dense swamp. There are no really paths. So you'll have to navigate your way around it. You can try to speed up how quickly you go, but this will mean you'll likely have more encounters with potential threats, environmental things, etc. For every hex on the map of the realm, every hex is 6 miles. In every hex, I will ask for 2 players to make a skill check to attempt to navigate the swamp. It is up to you how you choose what kind of skills you want to do. If you get 2 successes, it means you have fewer encounters in that hex. If you have no successes, it means you will have more, because you might get lost. You will eventually reach the right location, based on the directions you have been given. As you enter the Sorrow, you feel this there's something not entirely natural, it seems, about the swamp. And Nimbo, you'll be more familiar with this. It's got a vaguely oppressive nature to it. It seems to dampen your spirits slightly, just from the lack of sunlight, the sogginess, the mosquitoes, the darkness. It's not a pleasant place to be. And it's difficult to figure out which direction you're meant to be going. You've got a vague sense of, we need to go south a bit and then we go east. But where exactly you are in the swamp is tricky to determine.
I love a good swamp, and this doesn't seem like a good swamp.
I mean, who of us has got most experience with like wilderness shit?
I mean, I grew up not in a swamp like this, but I grew up in a community that was close with the forest and nature. I could roll survival.
Yeah, you can make a survival check. I will say, because of the nature of the swamp, charisma-based checks and other checks will also work, as long as you can give me a reason why they would make navigating easier. Boosting everyone's spirits, etc. It's gonna be hard to seduce the swamp, Alex, but you can try to boost the morale of the party and things like that. Yeah. So go ahead and make a survival check, Nimba. We're starting off at a low DC.
I don't have advantage or anything, do I?
I think you might still have. Do you still have a D6?
No.
Oh no, you did use that.
Okay, so that's gonna be a 10. I rolled bad.
Okay. In that case, can I ask you to please roll another a D6 for me, please? As you're trying to navigate your way around, can you roll a D8 as well, please? And you feel like you should too. You feel like you should know the sorrow. You've been, not in the depths of it, but you've been at the edge. But going into it is different. And
this feels wrong.
The skills that Cinder taught you about nature, it's hard to place how they would apply, where they apply, and you get a little bit turned about until you come upon a small hut set in a slightly raised area where the land's a bit drier. There's smoke curling out of the chimney.
Can I see any light in the windows? Is there anyone inside?
It looks like it. Yeah, you hear someone sort of shuffling around. It's not a very big hut, just a little.
Do you want me to take this?
What do you mean by take this?
Well, as in do the chatting up, make it seem like we are just innocent students looking for our way through the swamp, which is sort of true.
Yeah, let's see if we can get any more information as we go. Honestly, this swamp is freaking me out. It's not like a normal, natural, healthy place. Something's up here. Honestly, I'm a bit lost. Sorry.
Do we notice any wildlife or anything like that around?
Make a perception check.
Can I help?
I noticed Hogan also wants 2 science facts with redemption. So if any of you...
That's why I'm asking about wildlife. I got a 6 though.
I got a natural 20 plus 3.
Ooh, awesome.
Okay. It's like you got a bug up your nose and you're trying to sniff the air for an insects or any wildlife, and you're just there's a fly up your nose and you're trying to get it out.
Can I get it out?
Yes. it's this. You're trying to look around, and you're just distracted for a moment. Muck, you listen very carefully for a moment. You can hear the sound of some herons nesting in one of the trees. It's spring. They're starting to construct their nests. In the distance, you hear crows. And looking around in one of the pools closer to you, you catch it just from the corner of your eyes, a small family of muskrats swimming through. You also, with a natural 20, you hear... what languages does Muck speak again? Remind me?
Common, Dwarvish, and Orc.
Okay. You hear interspersed, in a language you don't understand, but interspersed with Common, someone muttering to themselves inside the room, inside the hut. Seems to be like, I wonder what I'm gonna have for... I wonder what I'm gonna have for lunch. Oh, I think I've got some nice, I think I still have some of those nice herbs I found a couple of days ago. And switches back into this other language.
Can I come in with a science fact at that point?
Yes.
Herons. Now, this is less of a science fact, but more of a story that I have, and it does link to the science in some way. That I used to do, like, kind of wildlife walks in a major park in Glasgow with kind of 8, 9, 10-year-olds. And there was one day that we were out in this park, taking them around towards the pond. It was wet, it was dismal, it was horrible. We didn't really see very much until we got to the pond, and there was just a grey heron there, stood incredibly still, doing that dinosaur thing that they do, trying to, like, hunt. And we're like, alright, perfect. This is great, we'll stop, we'll watch. Thinking that it's going to come down and, like, grab, like, a little fish or a frog. And the thing darts down and comes back up with the biggest fuck-off black rat you've ever seen. And it's flailing around in the air. The kids are screaming, and I'm thinking I'm going to get some sort of complaint. And it just takes the rat and starts to dunk it and then come back up. It's drowning the fucking thing. Every time it comes back up, it's just like going round more and more. Until eventually it's lifeless, and it does, like, swallow it down whole. And, like, you get back and you're like, so, what did you enjoy most about today? And it was like, yeah, of course it was the heron ate the rat. So they learned about, like, heron's predation, which apparently includes Glaswegian rats with knives.
Okay. I'll let Hogan decide if that's a sciencey enough fact, but I do have a heron science fact. So first of all, Hogan, let us know in the chat. But herons are communal nesters, which I learned because there are currently 3 pairs of herons nesting in a tree outside my office building.
It's a polycule.
Very noisy. They are a polycule. They're like the commune, Nimbo. Communal nesters. But yeah, I haven't seen any babies yet, which is I'm keeping an eye out. So
some herons are also, like, broadly speaking, tool users as well. If you
controversial. I can hear my friends who study tool use getting angry. I'm fine with it.
I'd say broadly speaking. Like,
yes, that's the part they have issues with.
Yes. They can sort of use lures to, they will, like, get, like, little bits of snacks and throw it in the water.
Yeah.
I am not a heron scientist, so I don't know the precise terminology you'd use. But
yeah.
They can wait.
It actually reminds me, one of my supervisor's master students took apart, like, a plastic heron model and used it to conduct a predator model, and basically attach the head to a lever so it could go up and down to see how fish would respond to this threat, and, like, to test how the fish responded in different group sizes and stuff without having to expose them to actual herons. But everyone was always asking me what the weird heron lever was for. It's to scare sticklebacks.
Hogan has an important question in the chat just about if herons can recognize themselves in the mirror.
I do not know, and I do not care.
I will add that those heron models don't actually in any way work, because herons are communal, so why would they be scared off by...
No, it's not to scare... It's not to scare the herons, it's to scare other things, potentially.
But I think they're sold as scaring herons.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
No, my supervisor also gets his master students to organize projects using those plastic pigeons you can buy to see if other pigeons flock to them. It's like, there must be food here. And he's been doing this for years, when he knows full well that the pigeons actively avoid the plastic pigeons because they look weird as fuck. And yet every year without fail, students pick that project to do, and every year without fail, one of us has to tell them at the end of their degree, yeah, we knew you weren't gonna get the results you want.
But hey, but you need to repeat it until
But you need to repeat it, exactly.
Until it works.
Until it works. That's how science works.
Yeah.
Similar tactics do actually work to encourage breeding birds in some species. So, like, you'll find
puffin is a good example.
Puffins, terns.
Yeah.
I think it was Frampton I went to last year, and I thought I'd seen spoonbills very distantly, but it turns out it was just the models the spoonbills put out to attract the spoonbills to breed there.
There was puffins. They were trying to lure puffins, I think, somewhere in Canada. But the puffin models they put up were put in the ground with one stick. So all the puffins that then arrived started standing on one leg to try to fit in.
That is adorable.
It's very cute. I love puffins. Sam and Alex, please both take D6s at this point. I'm giving myself one.
I hope that was good enough
think
for
you
you,
deserve
Hogan.
it.
Yeah, lots of heron facts. I threw the herons in there because I had heron facts, but hey. You're at this hut. Muck, actually, I believe, Blurta, if you take a moment, if Muck points out that someone inside is talking, Blurta, you take a moment, you can understand the rest of what's being said. It's being spoken in Draconic.
Okay.
If anyone else speaks Draconic, you'd be able to understand as well then, once you get the bug out your nose.
That's a strange thing to be speaking in the middle of this place.
But it seems to just be someone, like, trying to decide what to have for lunch and what herbs to roast their vegetables with.
Okay, but the vegetables, not like, what are we roasting our people we've caught in the swamp with? Or
That's
like
exactly what I was thinking.
You haven't heard any mention of anything like that so far. There's, like, mentions of, like, I've got a nice bit of duck still, but nothing about people.
Shall we knock?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we can get some directions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That everyone.
Knock. Yes.
So, but before we knock, I'll guide Berta.
Okay.
Thank you.
I wasn't expecting guests. Door opens and you see a slightly disheveled, looking kobold staring out at you. Yes. Can I help you?
Hello. We are doing some traveling through the Sorrow, and we were wondering if you might be able to offer us some advice and directions on it.
Oh, certainly. Yes. Where are you trying to go?
To the Bullywug Shrine.
Ah. People of great culture, you must be. Yeah, lovely place. Nasty bullywugs. Well, you've gone a bit too far south. You're gonna want to head back up for an hour or so, and then start heading eastward. May I ask, are you just sightseeing, or?
We've been tasked with doing some herbalism, collecting some herbs.
Oh, very nice. I have done some herbalism myself in the past, though not so much anymore. I don't often get visitors. Would you like to come in?
Can I just insight check her first before I answer that?
Can I help with that? Because I have a proficiency. Or can I roll
you
on
can
myself?
make your own insight check, yes.
Yes.
For insight, you cannot help each other because it's personal emotions.
Okay,
personal opinions.
mine is pants, and I'm not bothering to waste all my extra dice on it.
Okay. Well, both of you, judging by Camille's expression, think this hermit is the nicest person you've ever met. No, seems to be just, like, confused as to why there's people knocking on their door, but, like, yeah, seems
do you happen to know anything about silver leaf fume wort either?
It's all over the place. Nasty
Okay.
stuff.
It
I'm
just-
sure you'll run into some.
Okay.
if you're heading that way.
Any particular tips on where to spot it? Just like, does it like prefer like shady environments or something?
Well, the whole swamp's shady, so yes, I suppose it would.
I mean, fair.
Say, you wouldn't happen to have anything to trade.
What sorts of things do you trade?
I'm a collector of the arcane.
I do have this dust of disappearance.
Interesting.
Did Muck not have that?
Yeah,
Muck has the dust of disappearance, yeah.
I thought there was 2 for some reason.
No, there's 1.
Okay.
There was only 1, yeah.
I do not have the dust of disappearance.
It's
But do
disappeared.
I want to give the dust of disappearance?
Could I? Okay, in that case, could I? It's like, I hope you don't mind. So that coin that was given earlier was just, it like glows a bit, right? Is that what?
And you can
It
tell how
glows a
far
bit.
down something is.
Yeah.
So, and what was that?
You can tell once you drop it, just based on the sound, you can tell the distance it fell.
Okay. We might have some. What sort of things would you trade for?
Well, it depends on the value of the thing you're trying to trade me.
I mean, not to dismiss your gift, M, but what sort of thing would this be?
Let me see
Equivocal
that. Well, I can trade you. Come in.
What was your name, by the way?
takes
We are being very rude here.
Oh, what is my name? It's been quite some time. When I was still living in town, most people called me Zakroff.
Zakroff.
But I don't think that's what my mother called me. I can't remember. Seems to be a trend that the kobolds you're meeting are quite old and a little bit confused. Don't know why this is happening to me. I'm Zakov. Nice to meet you. This is my home. You're looking around inside. It is a single hut. It is not very big, and it is absolutely stuffed. Like, the shelves on each wall are just stuffed with different knickknacks.
Nimbo thought about letting the others go in and staying outside. It seems like quite a small hut, but is really enthusiastically enamored with this old kobold, and so it's going to kind of squeeze in and sit in the corner, kind of like tucked up.
Yeah. The roof's not too low, so you're a little bit hunched, but you're not like cramped.
Okay. It's not like kobold sized.
No. It seems to be like the kobold just moved in here and it was already there. It's a very old hut, older than the kobold. Well, I can trade you this bracelet. If you wear it and you get knocked unconscious, you die instantly.
That doesn't seem that. I mean, maybe we could put it on people we don't like.
It seems like there are.
Trading off my gift to you for that would be a bit much.
I might have something else. Hold on. I do like this coin. I would like this coin. I can give you this. Pulls out this little bubble. Essentially, a very fragile-looking glass sphere. If you wear this on your head, you can breathe for 1 hour.
Like where?
M's
Underwater?
just going
or...
back outside. M's leaving.
Nimbo is fascinated.
Yeah, just anywhere. I mean, you can breathe normally now, but you can go underwater too. I've used it. It's there's a lot of fish. It's not nice.
Oh, so it's not a single-use thing.
No, it fills up again every day.
That does sound quite useful. More useful than a bracelet that kills you.
Yeah.
I mean, yes. I can trade you this stone. Picks up this very large, like foot in diameter stone, circular, engraved with these very intricate sigils. Look. Which one of you would be the filthiest right now?
Probably me.
He touches this spherical orb like to your clothing, and it's instantly clean.
I mean, like I can kind of do that already, to be honest. Like,
okay, well,
Yeah, I'm working on a patina.
Can I ping detect magic?
Yes, there is a lot of magical stuff in this room.
What is glowing the hardest at me? Like, is there anything that stands out that is like particularly powerful or weird or
anything
or anything like tucked under something?
Let me see. Hold on.
Also, quick pronoun check. Wait, is this what's this?
Seems to be male. Seems to be
cool.
male. Yeah. Yeah, he, him. Let me double check. Alright, gonna roll some dice. 18. The thing that seems to stand out to you most is a pair of gloves that are lit up with it tells you what kind of magic as well, right? Let me double check what this would be most
tells you
like.
what school.
This would most likely be... I hate magic schools. This would be... yeah, probably transmutation?
Okay.
Like a mix of transmutation and illusion.
I'll pretend to be looking kind of nonchalantly and be like, "Oh, these are nice. What do these do?"
Oh, those gloves allow you to steal without being observed. Very naughty. You put them on, like so, and then you take any item small enough to fit into the palm of your hand. He takes the bracelet he showed you earlier, and it's gone. And
that
then you
was
can make
amazing!
it reappear.
What? Oh man, I love close-up magic.
Ew, it's... It looks like it might have been close-up magic. Yeah.
It's so much like the physical skill involved in it is so much more. I don't know. I guess maybe because I can do magic. So.
Oh no, this is magic.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
There's a secret
obviously.
pocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Inside the glove.
What's
Inside
magic about
the-
that?
It's like
Is
a
it magic box?
yes.
Oh, okay.
It's a small dimension inside.
Ooh.
You can store
That
things there.
does sound pretty cool. What I mean,
Yes.
what sort of thing would you want in exchange for that? Or could we do you a favor?
You could bring me something of equal value.
What would be of equal value?
Something rare.
I have something that is very magical.
What
But
is
I
it?
need your promise first of all. Like, are you someone who cares for animals deeply, or is willing to care for an animal?
No, not really.
Okay, so I could not interest you in this special Shadowfell snail.
Do I have to feed it?
It's very rare.
Yeah, there's
I
like
think there's only one.
What does
Be
it
careful
do?
though.
It has mysterious Shadowfell energy.
It has been touched by another plane.
And you can never touch it.
And
Meanwhile-
it has no color at all, not even in kind of an ambient. You just need to like throw your kitchen scraps in there, probably be fine.
Can I
Yes,
be
I'm-
outside just like sat with my legs in a basket, like talking to Yarrow?
Yes, absolutely.
I really don't know what we're doing in here. This seems like a strange place to have stopped. I'm very confused. And then that'll be it. That'll be it.
Okay. Yeah, this guy really doesn't want to look after a snail. Okay, but it has to do something.
Oh, well, if you are not in the market for the deal of a lifetime, then there's no persuading you.
My gloves do something useful. What does your snail do?
It's
If you
simple,
wanted to travel to that dimension, then
Why
sometimes
would
you
I want
need-
to do that?
Well, have you never been on a gap year?
How old do you think I am? I came here for my gap year and I've stayed here ever since.
Well, think of it this way: like you're all about the trading, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, someone who did want to go to the Shadowfell would need an anchor point, and that for them, this snail would be super valuable.
But I don't want more visitors. I like having visitors every 3
Well, then you
years.
don't get more trade. Like we're offering you an amazing deal. If we can't persuade you with that, I don't know what to say.
Make a persuasion check.
Well, whilst that's rolling, can I just ask?
I've got
is
that D4 as well.
Is this the same day that we set out?
Yeah.
Okay, so that will be dirty 20.
Okay. I really don't want to look after a snail. But if you can bring me something to go with the snail, I'll consider it.
Back outside, I've just been like, and you know, I gave her the coin this morning, and I said it's my birthday, and straight away just giving it away. Like, I don't know what I have to do.
Can you just give him a leaf or something?
I don't know. Perhaps we will drop by on our way back out and.
Yes. It's all sorts of things in the swamps. If you find something, we can always consider trading again on the way. On your way out.
So I use his directions to kind of update our map and to kind of refine where we are.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Maybe we'll see you maybe in a few days.
Yes. Well, lovely to meet you.
You too, Zakov.
Have fun
Oh,
And may Vyas
Don't
keep
get-
you.
and don't get eaten.
Oh wait, I do have one more thing. I have
What do you have, Alex?
this collection of the worst poetry you have ever heard. It's
Oh,
like,
absolutely not! I've had my fair share!
it's so bad, it's magical.
No, you get the impression he'll trade you the gloves if you can give him an uncommon magic item, and a snail.
Okay.
But
Okay,
he was still not, even with a dirty 20, not fully convinced of the value of a snail. Because he doesn't want to go to the Shadowfell, and he doesn't want to look after a snail. But yeah, you'd be able to find this hut again if you wanted to on the way back. In that case, could someone else, as you reorient yourself, come up with a skill check that they can apply?
Oh, I have a new thing I want to try here. So I am going to cast Borrowed Knowledge,
Oh.
which lets me become temporarily proficient in a skill that I'm not normally proficient in. So I'm assuming it's just like kind of.
How
like,
are you casting Borrowed Knowledge?
As a spell? Like,
It's not in your spell list.
My spell is here.
Has it not updated for me? Oh, yeah, it's there now. I don't know why it wasn't updating. Yes, go for it.
Yes. So I'm just assuming it looks kind of jacking into the Matrix, just like.
Yes.
It's just. So I am going to make a nature check for tricks of the swamp with the.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
11.
11. 11 is still below the DC 12, I'm afraid. Can you, in that case, roll me a D6?
We are really fucking up our first day in the swamp.
2. Okay, and then can you roll me another D6, please?
Also 2.
Also 2. All right, you continue, and you're pretty sure you've got the right path now. But you're starting to get deeper and deeper into the swamp, and it's starting to get a little bit late, and you're a bit tired. And you walk, and you're starting to think you should probably find a place to settle down for the night, when just up ahead, you see standing on a rock a lizard folk. Tongue tastes the air briefly. Stop!
I stop, but just in a slightly petulant way.
Several more lizard folk appear out of the brush. You're going to have to pay tribute if you want to carry on in our swamp.
And what is the tribute do you demand? I can give you this book of poetry.
The dragon god Zixish demands flesh.
Snail.
Well,
Okay, here we go. Here's a sausage roll I have.
One of you 4 should be big enough. You decide.
How many are there?
And let me know. And that's where we're gonna pick up next on Sunday.
Oh my lord.
How many are they? I'm gonna figure that out in the coming days, Alex, because
I'm so glad there isn't a lizardman stack.
Yeah.
No lizard folk stack.
I've
But yes,
got a lamb jerky parcel as well. That would... I have a lot of meat on me for some reason.
I'm not starting next session asking you to roll initiative. You might still be able to negotiate.
Okay.
So
cool.
it's not guaranteed combat, but you did roll a potential combat encounter.
Okay.
Unlike the hermit, who you could have hit him over the head and he would have just gone.
Stolen all
It'd be
his
really
stuff.
sad about it. Yeah. I shouldn't have told you that. But yeah. Who's the MVP for the session, folks? Who is worthy?
Again?
I really liked Muck's little prayer moment. I also really liked M's cutaways.
I've put up a poll as well, so
Ooh,
that anyone who's watching
exciting.
can do it.
Ooh, that's cool.
very useful. Yeah, I don't know. I think you all did a very good job.
I really enjoyed.
I'm torn.
I was gonna say I loved Muck's action surges and cutting down goblins and
and missing goblins. Having 4 attacks in one turn, missing 3.
Fucking them all up.
Beautiful.
We have 2 votes in the chat for Muck. Chat, there's a poll. Please vote in the poll. You need to press the down arrow.
I like Blurter's Goblin Snooker, but I think that was from a Moment of Awesome, wasn't it?
That was good.
It was, yes.
Yeah.
You cannot receive a Moment of Awesome for a Moment of Awesome unless everyone's no, this absolutely saved us from a TPK. But I don't think the snooker it achieved it, but it wasn't as cool as if the cart idea had worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we've got 1 vote for M and 1 for Mutt in the poll. Don't call our polls inconvenient. Sam's working hard.
I did everything as it's meant to. It was there. But I think Muck takes it.
I think Muck does take it. Yeah, Muck, you have a moment of awesome to use for next session. And we're gonna be back here on Sunday at 7 p.m. So we will see you then. We will not be here next Wednesday. We will be here next week, Friday, for one-shots. Keep an eye on Twitter to find that information. Are there any updates? Anything anyone is doing that needs to be... Ooh! Science and Sorcery at the Glasgow Science Festival sold out in 2 days, and they've had to upgrade us to a bigger room.
Oh my god!
So...
That's amazing.
And
that's going on my
that
CV.
Was 60 tickets as well. So it wasn't like, it was pretty decent numbers.
Oh
Like,
my
really
god.
good.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's coming.
Yeah, so that is coming. But yeah, if you're up in Scotland or near Glasgow on the 1st of June, there are still tickets available, which is good. Cheltenham Science Festival tickets are also on sale. That is on the 10th?
Yep.
The 10th, yes. The 10th, Saturday, 10th June. Everyone, Rachel's in like a final 2-ish weeks of thesis writing, so show
It's
some
3
love.
weeks today.
3 weeks today! 3 weeks today!
So
And
finger
we all
guns at
believe in
home.
her.
Finger guns.
Finger guns.
Gonna finger
We all
blast
believe
the
in her.
thesis. Thank
And on
you.
that note, we will be back on Sunday. Sam, who are we rating?
Well, first of all, I was gonna say that if you want to come and hang out with me, I'll be back on Friday over on my Twitch from 8 AM in the morning, probably for about 12 hours, playing Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. So I'm so excited for that. So I'm gonna send you to someone who's also doing that, who's an awesome Scottish-based streamer, Edinburgh's nicest boy. So I recommend going and heading over there. So I'm gonna set up that raid now. But yeah, go in there, say hi, follow. And if you have to raid and run, then please do. But that is now running, or it is as soon as Twitch catches up. So I'm just going to move us to another screen and get it going. But take care, folks.